Yeah. What's going on? What's going on, fam? What's up, everybody? What's going on? I know I'm running a little, just maybe a minute or so late. It looks like I have a little lag on my computer screen. Let me close some of these windows, find out what the hell is going on. I need to close some of these windows. It looks like I have a lot going on over here. Yeah, man. What's up, though, man? You know what? What's up, fam? What's going on, everybody? We got to give everybody time to get in right quick. Onyx, what's good? What's good? Are you on the couch? You say what you say? You're on your couch chilling in London. Okay. Oh yeah, for sure. Hey, Shelton Moore, what's up, fam? What's going on with you? Yeah, man. Hey, man, listen. You guys know how I feel about my main man Terence Crawford. So, I'm hoping that some of the news that we are hearing about his potential. I say potential because well, you know what? The reason why I say maybe potential is because everything has not been confirmed yet. But based on what Bob Arum had said about there will be an announcement this particular week, this upcoming week that we're in right now on Terence Crawford upcoming fight, and it's going to be a big name, and it's going to be on pay-per-view. So Bob Arum doesn't leak any kind of information like that, but he never gave a name. He didn't give any specifics. With the interview he had with Fred Barbershop Talk. So I really, man, if this is the case, I really do hope that this really happens for my guy. You see what I'm saying? Because I'm looking at my other screen right here, my other computer screen. Hold on, guys. Looking at my other screen right here now, and I just want to make sure. It looks like I'm pausing, lagging. So as a matter of fact, let me do this. Let me close some of these windows. Because that's what it is. I have too many windows up and I'm streaming on here. So let me close everything. And I think that's what it is. So I just close out everything. Close this. All right, now. We should be on point. We should be on point now. It looks like I'm lagging a little bit. You know what I mean? So I don't, I had like 15 windows up. You know what I mean? So that's what it is. CH4LO, what's up, fam? What's going on? Yeah, man, everything good over here, man. Facts. Let's wait for the announcement. Yeah, man, exactly. You see what I'm saying? I really want to wait for the announcement. I'm cautiously optimistic. The reason why I'm cautiously optimistic is because I'm on the outside looking in, and every channel is pretty much talking about it. You know what I mean? And I was looking at the reaction from some of the SLDBC fanboys in their channels, and they don't look happy at all, bruh. Hey, listen, Dragon Leg, what's up, fam? What's up? Yeah, man, Terence Crawford is my favorite fighter right now in boxing. Period. In any weight class, he's my favorite fighter. And he's been my favorite fighter since he was I want to say lightweight. Yeah, lightweight. No, as a matter of fact, yeah, I got put up on him when he was a lightweight, but he became my favorite fighter when he beat Victor Postol. When he beat him, that's when he became my favorite fighter, because I saw exactly, I understood the science and what he was doing to Victor Postol. I said, this dude here the real deal, and he became my favorite fighter ever since. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, Terence versus Keith Thurman is a good fight if Thurman is healthy. Yeah. Dragon Leg, I agree with that. Terence Crawford versus Keith Thurman is a damn good fight. You see what I'm saying? So, but hold on. Ron Boy Fresh, check this out. What's up, fam? Hey, check this out. Listen, I said it yesterday. I said if, and let's say this fight, let's say next couple days they do this big announcement, just like Bob Arum said, there will be a big announcement for the upcoming who Terence Crawford is going to fight this week. It will explain why Terence Crawford has been talking crazy, going back and forth with these PBC and Errol Spence fanboys, right? And SLDBC fanboys, because a lot of people from the alphabet community, they hate Terence Crawford. They talk bad about him, yada 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 yada, and that's fine. That's good. If that's what they want to do, so be it. But I'm on their channels, right? Because apparently, they have been reporting on it. When you go to all of the alphabet boy channels, these guys have a look on their face like they are so upset. You know what I mean? Like the fact that, so this is the narrative now. Manny Pacquiao is too old. Let's say this fight was to happen. Manny Pacquiao is too old now. You see what I'm saying? He's too old. And I agree with that. I mean, he is old. You know what I mean? He is 42 years old. So I don't disagree with that. But that's what they're saying. So they say all that to say this. If that fight was to materialize, and if Terence Crawford was to be victorious, they are going to discredit him and say, oh man, you fought an old Manny Pacquiao. Then another one of the fanboys said, well, if he fight Keith Thurman, that doesn't count either because Thurman has been inactive for 2 years. You see what I'm saying? So you can't make these guys happy. You know what I mean? As it relates to me, I'm just happy to hear anything about Terence Crawford because I'm a big fan of his. You know what I mean? I'm not a fanboy though. I'm not a fanboy at all. But I'm a fan of Terence Crawford. You know what I mean? I was a fan. My fanboy days is over with. I'm 47. I'm too old to be a fanboy. Well, fanboy, you don't have to be a certain age to be a fanboy, but I was a fanboy of Mike Tyson. So, once I got over Tyson and Roy Jones, once I got over those two, that was it. You know what I mean? So now I'm just, but I've always been a fan of the sport of boxing. So I think this is great news, man. If this can materialize. Now, these old pocket watching ass dudes, with the alphabet community, they're talking about, oh man, well, this guy's making this and that guy's making that, and he should do this and he should do that, and this guy's the A side and this and that. And I know for a fact these guys are casual fans because, when I came up, watching boxing, it was none of that. Like I said yesterday, you never heard Hagler say, oh, well, tell Ray Leonard that I'm the A side and, he on the wrong side of the street. Bob Arum and Don King did not like each other at all throughout the 70s and the 80s. But they put in the 80s and 90s. But these two promotional companies who were at odds with each other, you see what I'm saying? They put on some of the best fights in the history of boxing, period, right? And you never heard Hearns or Hagler or Tyson or Ali or, Bob Arum used to promote Ali. You know what I mean? So say what you want to say, man, but the man historically has put on some of the biggest, greatest events ever. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. So, for this to happen, now I'm hearing, oh man, Pacquiao too old. He's not gonna get no credit for that. This guy over here is still big fish. Yada yada yada. Bro, it's I've never in my life. I've been watching boxing a long time, bro. This new era of casual fans that's in the sport of boxing now is ridiculous, bro. Like I've never seen anything like this. You pocket watching. You want to be a negotiator. You a YouTube detective. You the agent. You're representing fighters on YouTube and saying, you're speaking for these guys. I mean, bro, you have YouTube agents, YouTube promoters, YouTube matchmakers. You see what I'm saying? YouTube referees, YouTube judges. Bro, it's amazing. It's amazing to me, bro. Like I've never seen anything like this in my life. I never seen anything like this, and but this just the state of the world that we living in as it relates to boxing. It is what it is. But anyways, let me give everybody a shout out right quick. Show and more. What's up, fam? Coach, if the fight happens, will have the usual excuses. He's too old. He doesn't have a belt, etc. Yada yada yada. Exactly, man. Exactly. And that's what's going on, Shelton. Right now, I'm telling you, that's exactly what's going on. In Bloom, what's up, fam? Jermaine C, what's up? I hope it's Pac-Man. Yeah, I think it is Pac-Man though. I think it's Pac-Man. I think it is Pac-Man. From all reports that I've been hearing, it's going to be Pacquiao. You know what I mean? So more than likely, I guess it's going to be Pacquiao signature fight or whatever, signing out, whatever the case may be. Remember, they was on the same promotional company. Terence Crawford been chasing this guy for like literally 6 years. Anybody in the sport of boxing in the welterweight division wants to fight Manny Pacquiao, period, because he's a legend. And the truth of the matter is Pacquiao don't need this fight. Pacquiao should have retired after he beat Keith Thurman. He don't need this fight. He doesn't have anything else to prove. He's an 8-division world champion. His legacy is cemented. And his legacy is signed, sealed, and delivered and cemented. And the cement is dry. He don't need this fight. You know what I mean? But if it's we'll wait till the announcement come out. I'll just say that. But from what I'm hearing, it's going to be Manny Pacquiao. Ron Boy Fresh, what do you say? Hey, coach, I've been battling with the Colt members for years about Bud being the best thing smoking since Floyd. Yeah, man. He the real deal. Hey, Ron Boy Fresh. Hey, now you just said something. Boots and Virgil Ortiz is too green. What do you think about Boots and Virgil Ortiz fighting each other? I think they need to fight each other. That would be a big fight, in my opinion. Dragon Leg, what do you say? They wouldn't say anything negative if Spence fought Manny. Exactly, bro. I'm going on. I'm listening. I'm doing my research, and I look at the comments. I said, let me see what the comments are saying, because a lot of the comments, these are guys who are fans, of the Alphabet Boys, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with being their fans. I mean, I guess they're not bad guys or whatever the case may be. I just have to be the counter narrative to what they always spitting. You see what I'm saying? So now, I think that, they're going to do everything in their power to try to discredit Crawford if he lands this fight. You know what I mean? And then now they're going to, that's what it's going to be. That's what it's going to be, especially if the fight does good numbers. If it does good pay-per-view numbers, because as you know, Terence Crawford does terrible pay-per-view numbers. I think he's had 2 or 3 pay-per-views, and he didn't do well at all. So I'm the first one to admit that from a pay-per-view standpoint, Bob Arum has done a terrible job in promoting him, right? He's done a terrible job as relates to that. He's done a good job in paying him since he's been a welterweight. He's been making some good money. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna lie about that. No one is making Floyd Mayweather, Canelo Alvarez, and Anthony Joshua type money. But for a welterweight, he's making pretty decent money. Everybody's kind of, the top guys are kind of in a similar price range. I think Spence may makes a little bit more money as a welterweight out of all the other welterweights. So I think he does. It probably would have been Keith Thurman, and Keith Thurman wouldn't have been on the sideline for so long. You know what I mean? But yeah, other than that, that's it, man. I mean, I just want to see my main man fight. He just fought Kell Brook in November, December. I think it'll be the November, December. So I just want to see him fight, man. Anytime Terence Crawford fight, man, I have to tune in. Well, anytime anybody fight, I tune in. But when Crawford fights, I tune in. You know what I mean? Because I learn a lot just by watching him, the way he operates, the way he gauges distance, the way his hand-eye coordination. And for those who are young, who don't understand what hand-eye coordination in the sport of boxing is, it's seeing the punch before it comes. You see what I'm saying? It's when you see a fighter like staring at his opponent and you see him react to, like, let's say, I'm gonna give you a perfect example. When Terence Crawford was fighting Amir Khan was catching Terence Crawford with some because Amir Khan is quick still. He has good hand speed. He was catching him, with the jab and stuff like that. Terence Crawford in the first round made the adjustment. He timed him. He's excellent with timing. He anticipated when that punch was coming. Amir Khan threw a jab at him, and Terence Crawford slipped it ever so slightly. And he threw the jab. He threw his punch at the same time Amir Khan was throwing his punch, while at the same time avoiding getting hit flush with Amir Khan's punch. And he had his eyes wide open. That's what I mean by hand-eye coordination. You're able to see it when it's coming, understand not to panic, slip it as the punch is like grazing you, and you land your punch and make sure your punch is pinpoint accurate. That's what he is excellent at doing. He's excellent at that. Floyd Mayweather was excellent at that. Muhammad Ali was excellent at that. You see what I'm saying? Sugar Ray Robinson was excellent at that. That's one of my favorite fighters too. So, that guy, that's a skill set that you just really can't, I don't want to say teach, but you really can't teach that. Watching 6 stone fighters don't entertain me. Yeah, I understand that. You know what I mean? I understand that, but I love the sport of boxing. So hell, if it's a good women's fight on, I'm gonna watch that. So Kurt DeVille called them the Alphabet Boys the other day, coach. Word is getting around. Yeah. Word getting around. You know what I mean? Wasn't nobody calling them the Alphabet Boys before I did, that I know of. You see what I'm saying? I'm the one that coined the phrase the Alphabet Boys. And if there was anyone else that did it, let me know. Because I've been watching a lot of these channels for a long time before I even decided to start my channel in boxing, and no one was calling them the Alphabet Boys. So the Alphabet Boys is what I call them. And I'm gonna continue to call them the Alphabet Boys because they use letters, as acronyms to represent who they're with, what they're for. So, Ron Barfresh, what do you say? Hagler got that super bad versus Sugar Ray and didn't hear Ray complaining about the split. No, because Hagler was the champion and Ray was retired. I think he came out of retirement. I think he had retired for like 2 years, 2.5 years, something like that. So, he came out and had to fight Hagler. My opinion, I think Hagler won the fight in the split decision, but it was close. Sugar Ray Leonard won in the split decision, and that's what it is. You know what I mean? So, it is what it is. But yeah, man, Hagler was my favorite middleweight ever. And I love Roy Jones and I love Bernard Hopkins, but I'm just saying Hagler was my favorite middleweight. And the era that I came up in watching boxing, I just don't see the stuff that I see now from fans. Like as fans, we just wanted to see the fights. You know what I mean? And the fighters wanted to fight each other. There was no you on the other side of the street. Your baby mama over there, your baby daddy over here, and when your baby mama get right, come holler at me. It was none of that. Now it's it's the social media era that we live in now. You know what I mean? So, Chris, what's up, fam? What's going on, fam? Chris, what's going on with you? Shelton Moore, yeah, we as fans need to stop the hate. Leonard Hagler, Tyson, Hearns, Duran were making $20 million fights in the 80s. Yeah, they was making big money. You know what I mean? I think Tyson, before Floyd, Tyson was making. I think Tyson was killing the game. Wasn't nobody making what Mike Tyson was making. But Mike Tyson was very marketable. He was a brand. He was knocking people out. People loved Mike Tyson from all over the world. They wanted to see him fight. And by him being such a small heavyweight, because Tyson was only 5'10" tall. You're talking about a 5'10" heavyweight beating 6'3", 6'4", 6'5" guys in his prime. You see what I'm saying? That's what was so amazing about it. You know what I mean? That's a short heavyweight. Now, 5'10" is not short walking around in society, but from a heavyweight standpoint, 5'10" tall is short. You know what I mean? And you're beating guys that you have to look up to, and you're breaking their ribs and stuff. So Wole, what's going on, fam? What's up with you? What you say? Shelton Moore, these guys are barely making what Ali was making in the 70s. Yeah, man. Ali brought money to boxing. You know what I mean? But fighters wasn't really making a whole lot of money before Ali came in the game. I'm not saying fighters were starving and they wasn't making millions of dollars. I'm saying the type of money that fighters started making, Ali brought that to the game because he was a master at promoting fights. He was pretty much his own promoter. Even though he worked with Bob Arum promoted Ali fights, Don King promoted Ali fights, even though he had some real good promoters, but Ali was the promoter. You see what I'm saying? The promoter didn't really have to do nothing. Ali gonna go around talking trash. Anytime he see a TV camera, he's gonna jump in front of the screen on the TV camera. He's gonna call the fight out. If the fighter's in training camp, who he wants to fight, he gonna show up in training camp. He gonna bring his entourage with him, and he gonna, that's what Ali did. You don't see that today. Today is just different, bro. It's like and I'm not crying or hating. I'm just saying it's a different breed of fighters, and it's a different era that's going on right now versus how it was, versus how it was back then. It's just different now. Mr. Angus, what's going on, fam? Dragon Leg, what do you say? Pacquiao belt is in recess. He should get it back. If Crawford beats Pacquiao, let's hear Spence's excuses. Yeah, I don't know what recess means. I know what recess means, but I never heard that as it relates to fighting, because as I know, I'm hearing that Pacquiao, if he's a champion in recess, what does that mean? Does that mean that, hey, okay, we took the belt from you, you've been stripped, Ugas is the WBA champion now, even though Ugas didn't fight anybody to get the belt. Now that Pacquiao is fighting Terence Crawford, if that's the announcement, does recess mean, okay, yeah, does he get his belt back? Because I never heard of that before. I'm gonna be honest with you. I've been watching boxing a long time. I've never heard of that before. And these sanctioning bodies are, these sanctioning bodies, man, they go with the wind. 1 minute the rules is this, and the next minute the rules is that. So I don't even know, fam. I don't even know. You know what I mean? What the hell does champion in recess mean when you gave the belt to Ugas? So I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. That sounds like a strip to me. Wole, what do you say? Terence deserved this payday with Pac-Man. 2-time undisputed division world champion. Bud doesn't deserve all these insults he gets from the SLDBC. Yeah, no, it is what it is. No, Terence Crawford has been a champion since 2013. He's been a champion for 7 years. He's been a champion for 7 years. You know what I mean? When he was a lightweight, He was a champion. Then I remember when he went to London in 2014 and beat Ricky Burns, and he took Ricky Burns' belt. You know what I mean? When he moved up to he took Ricky Burns' belt. You know what I mean? I think that's when he moved up to junior welterweight, something like that. And then I think it was either junior welterweight or lightweight when he took Ricky Burns' belt. But in the UK, so he went over there and fought in the UK before Errol Spence did. And then on top of that, you're talking about he's been a champion for 7 years. He's been undisputed in the junior welterweight division. So this is another thing. When people say, well, Errol Spence, because the alphabet boys say this a lot, Errol Spence has a better resume than Terence Crawford. No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to show you guys right here. Because when they say resume, they are saying he's had 3 marquee fights in the welterweight division that's better than and that's his resume. So okay, as a matter of fact, let me do this. Let me do this. I'm glad we on this here. Let me see. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna show you guys something. Where you at, Crawford? Wikipedia. I'm gonna show you guys something because this guy's been a champion for 7 years. He's been undisputed heavyweight, junior welterweight champion. He's I'm gonna show it to you. I'm gonna show you guys right now. I'm gonna show you guys. I'm not just talking. And you tell me. You know what I mean? So because if you want to look at career accomplishments, Terence Crawford has been fighter of the year. Terence Crawford has been Ring Magazine. I'm gonna look up his accolades right now. I'm gonna show you. Now, you can make an argument and say, hey man, Terence, Errol Spence has a better welterweight record, from an opposition standpoint than Crawford. And if you want to make that argument, you know what I mean, then so be it. You know what I mean, if you want to make that argument. But when you talk about boxing career, let's look at this. So, guys, let me know. Let me take this off. Let me see what other people are saying on here. Ron Boy Fresh, what do you say? Let me do this. Boots versus Virgil is a fight they wanna build up for a mega fight at 154. Yeah, Boots versus Virgil Ortiz would be a hell of a fight right now. They should fight each other, in my opinion. You know what I mean? So let's see. Kyle C, because I have Terence Crawford up right here right now. How embarrassing would it be for Crawford and his fans if he lost to a 42-year-old man? Plus, if Pacquiao does win, what does that put him in the list of greatest boxers of all time? Listen, C Kyle. Keith Thurman lost to Pacquiao. Let me flip it. How embarrassing would it be if Terence Crawford destroys Manny Pacquiao? I'm pretty sure you'll say something different. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure you'll say something different. So losing to a legend like Manny Pacquiao is not embarrassing. This man is an 8 division champion. He's one of the greatest boxers of all time. How would it be embarrassing to lose to a Manny Pacquiao? But let me flip it. Let me ask you a question. How embarrassing would it be? How would you feel if Terence Crawford destroyed Manny Pacquiao and he stopped him and knocked him out? You're going to be that same guy that say, oh, man, he fought an old man. That don't count. I get it, bro. I get it. Trust me. I get it. Lisa Bales, how you doing, sis? What's going on? All right. Yeah. See, Kyle, you something else, fam. You something else. But it's cool. I rock with you. I get it. Trust me. I know your angle all day. I know your angle. You won't see Boots Virgil until in their late 20s. It's already scripted. Yeah. Because I think Boots and Virgil is the next generation to come up in that welterweight division and dominate. What you say, C. Kyle? It would definitely tarnish his legacy. How? Did losing to Pacquiao? Did it tarnish Keith Thurman's legacy? No, of course not. I know y'all hoping. No, it won't tarnish his legacy. I want to ask you that same question. If Terence Crawford beats Manny Pacquiao, what would you say then? Would you say would that tarnish his legacy, Manny Pacquiao's legacy? What would you say then? I'm pretty sure you are going to say, oh, he fought an old man. I'm pretty sure you're gonna say that. Trust me. I don't been on these Alphabet Boy channels, and I know that's what they're saying. Technically, if Manny fights before Ugas, then the super will go back to Manny. but you know how the WBA move on super suspect like the WBC. They have you know, you're right. They do. Blood boxing, what's up? Hey man, I've been checking your channel out, man. You is funny as hell. I subscribe to your channel, fam. You is hilarious, bro. I'm here in Florida with you. I'm down here in Miami, so yeah, man, you is hilarious, bro. You is very hilarious. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, listen, man. I'm gonna tell y'all something, man. I don't care what anybody says as it relate to if this fight is announced, Crawford gonna stop that boy. He gonna stop him. He been trying to fight this dude for 6 years. You see what I'm saying? When they was with Top Rank together. You know what I mean? So Freddie Roach said he didn't want that fight for Pacquiao. That because Errol Spence, not Errol Spence, but Terence Crawford's style is all too wrong. And Bob Arum said he stopped it from happening. He killed it because he was in, he didn't want nothing to happen to Manny Pacquiao. So we're gonna see. But forget all the talk. If the fight is announced, if that's who he's going to fight, let's see. I got my money on Terence Crawford for knockout. Not no 12 rounds. I'm talking about stoppage. Either Manny Pacquiao gonna get put to sleep or they gonna throw the towel in. That's my prediction. I'm making that prediction right now, off the rip. You see what I'm saying? So other than that, that's it. But anyways, for what did the see Kyle? Where you at? Where you at, bro? Because you got a whole lot to say. I already see that now. Eddie Val, what do you say? You ain't hating, coach. You speaking reality. I'm a millennial and I used to use logic and common sense. Most millennials. I was born in 85, and I can look at a film of the 40s, 50s, and 60s fighters. And they definitely, Fighters didn't play back then, man. They didn't play back then. Recess means Pat would get first crack at the belt if he wants to fight Ugas. Oh, okay. Hey, thank you so much, Y2K. Thank you so much for educating me on that. Because I didn't, I never heard of that. I'm just being honest with you. Like, I never, me watching boxing all these years with the Tysons and the Hearns and the Haglers and the Alis and stuff, I never heard of a champion being a recess. So thank you for educating me on that because I didn't know. I just never heard of it. You know what I mean? I just never heard of it. So let's see. Ron Borfresh, what do you say? Technically, if Manny fights. Oh, yeah. We already read that comment already. Let's see. Lisa Bells, I would give you the subject way ahead of time. We got to do something. Okay. All right, I'll let y'all have that conversation. Jay Fletcher, what do you say? Crawford is the man to beat. Who beat the man? LOL. I'm just saying though, like I get it. I get it. I'm hearing a lot of. As a matter of fact, let me go ahead and share my screen right quick. Let me share my screen so you guys can see. Wait a minute, before I share my screen, let me take blood boxing off right quick off the screen. Okay, and let me take this banner. Let me take this off the screen also. I'm gonna share my screen with you guys. And you tell me, from a resume standpoint, because what is, apparently a boxing resume is subjective to the fans depending on which fighter they like the most. So I understand that, but I'm gonna just look at what it is. What goes into the thought process of who has a better resume. I have a better boxing resume, not better welterweight resume, a boxing resume, because this is the word that I hear thrown around a lot. Terence Crawford. Errol Spence has a better boxing resume than Terence Crawford. Okay, you know what? Let's do that then. Let's pull up Errol Spence too then. You know what I mean? And let's look at it. Since he has a better boxing resume than Terence Crawford, that means every fight he had, his career accomplishments as a fighter is overall better than Terence Crawford as a fighter. Overall accomplishments. So that's what that means, right? So we're going to look at it and see. You know what I mean? We're going to look at it and see. So let me go ahead and pull the boy from Texas up, Dallas, Texas up right quick. And let's look at it. Okay, so now here we go. Let me share this screen right quick. Let me share the screen, y'all. You guys let me know if you can see it. Give me a thumbs up if you can see it. I'm right here. So here we go. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to make it a little bigger so everybody can see it. And let me do this. Let me do this. Because what I need to do is, let me take it here. Here we go. So everybody give me a thumbs up if you can see that, because I'm going to make it bigger. And we're going to see. No resume. What'd you say, Lisa Bells? Let me see. What you got when the great fighters in the history when they fight against all the odds? That just proves their greatness. Roberto Duran, George Foreman. If Pac-Man wins, he should be recognized as a true great. Pac-Man don't need to win this fight to be recognized as a true great. He's already a true great. Manny Pacquiao is one of my favorite fighters. He's a legend. He's a legend in the sport of boxing. His legendary status is cemented in the sport of boxing, and the cement is dry. Manny Pacquiao do not need this fight. He don't need to fight anymore. Manny Pacquiao is a legend. I would never say anything bad about Manny Pacquiao. He's one of my favorite fighters of all time. I'm saying as it relates to this fight, if this fight is announced, I like Crawford, you know what I mean, over Manny Pacquiao. And Manny Pacquiao is one of my top 5 favorite fighters of all time. I'm just saying. You see what I'm saying? You know, let's see, top 5? I say top 10. I say top 10 because top 5 gonna be kind of, it's hard for me. You know what I mean? Because I got Ray Robinson, Ali, Tyson, you know, Hagler, Roy Jones. You know, I have a list. I have a list, but you know, but let's go. Let's go. Let's look at this. So let me know if you guys can see this. Thumbs up. Let me know if you can see it. Let me know if you can see this in the chat, because we're gonna analyze this right quick. Because they say, you know, again, like I say, when they say, okay, Shelton Moore, good looking out, thanks for letting me know. So when they say that one fighter has a better resume, boxing resume, this is the key word, boxing resume, meaning from the first time you had a fight all the way up until this point, this person has a better record than you. You know what I mean? This person has a better resume than you. So let's look at it and see. All right, now. All right, so we're going to start from I'm at number 21 right here, right? Because I don't look at like when the fighters have fights early in their career, they do fight a lot of different no names and stuff like that. So I'm gonna be fair to both fighters, and we're gonna look at from the point when their career started taking off, and what have they accomplished from that point. So 2013, June 15, 2013, Terence Crawford became a champion. He beat some guy named Alejandro Sanabria. You know what I mean? He won the vacant WBO, NABO lightweight title, right? Okay. He fought another guy, never heard of him. Then he fought Ricky Burns. He had to travel to the UK and fight Ricky Burns. You know what I mean? He fought him in Scotland, right? And Scotland is a part of the UK, right? So he won the WBO lightweight title. That's when I really got put up on. That was pretty much Terence Crawford's coming out party. Okay, right after that, he defended the title against Gamboa. That's when Gamboa was the guy. Gamboa was the man at that time when he beat him. You see what I'm saying? That was in 2014. You know, and I'm not making an argument for Terence Crawford. I'm just saying, okay, let's look and see. Since I'm hearing from the Alphabet boys and their fanboys, he don't have a better boxing resume. Okay, I know what they're trying to say. They're trying to say welterweight, but I'm not gonna put words in their mouth. I'm gonna hold them to what they say, right? So right here, he fought Ray Beltran when Ray Beltran was damn good. He retained the WBO lightweight title. Then he fought Thomas DeLore. You know, he won the WBO lightweight title, right? You know, he won the vacant WBO lightweight title. And then he defended it against Deary Jean, right? So I'm just looking at his accomplishments. And then he fought Hank Lundy. I remember that fight. I saw that fight. He retained his WBO title, right? And then he fought Victor Postol. Victor Postol did terrible pay-per-view numbers. Terrible. They didn't even promote that fight. You know what I mean? But Victor Postol was the guy at that time. And I think he fought him on like a 4-week notice or something like that. And he took Victor Postol's belt. He won the WBC and the vacant Ring Magazine lightweight titles, right? And then after that, he fought John Molina Jr. He defended his titles. He was the WBC, WBO, and Ring Magazine and the Ring lightweight titles, right? Then he fought Felix Diaz, right? He retained those titles. Then he fought Julius Ndongo. Not gonna lie, I didn't, Julius Ndongo, I've been watching him, but he wasn't a hell of a fighter, in my opinion. Not taking anything away from Terence Crawford, but he wasn't a hell of a fighter. But he beat him and became undisputed welterweight, junior welterweight champion at that time. You know what I mean? So he retained the WBC, the WBO. He became undisputed. He was the Ring Magazine lightweight welterweight titles. He was also Fighter of the Year one time. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna look that up too and let you know, to show you that he was Fighter of the Year one time. I think Errol Smith been Fighter of the Year. We're gonna look at his resume and see, but I think he has also. Won the WBO titles. His first fight at welterweight. And remember, Terence Crawford is a small guy. He's a little guy, nobody, right? According to the Alphabet boys, he was nobody. And he beat Jeff Horn. Now Jeff Horn beat Pacquiao, right? I think Jeff Horn tried to muscle. He muscled Pacquiao, to be honest with you. And I think Pacquiao won that fight. It was an ugly fight, but I think Pacquiao won it. But hey, it is what it is. Then he fought Jose Benavidez. Then he fought Amir Khan. Amir Khan is a name. He's not the same guy he was when Terence Crawford fought him. So I won't lie on that. Then he fought Kavaliaus, the Mean Machine. I know who the Mean Machine is. I know who he is in the Olympics. He was a good fighter. Then he fought Kell Brook, right? So now he's been a champion for 13. He's been a champion for 7 years. 7 years he's been a champion, right? 37 wins, 28 KOs. So let's look at Mr. Errol Spence Jr. So Errol Spence Jr. Let's see. He fought Leonard Bundu, right? Chris Algieri. Let's see. When did I want to go back to 2013. So when he came in, so he started fighting in 2012, right? A lot of these fighters, I'm not even going to hold them accountable for these early fights, because these early fights were just bum fights. You know what I mean? Terence Crawford had some bum fights in his early in his career too. Damn near every fighter do. You know what I mean? No fighter jumps in the fire fighting top guys when they first come in the game. But I'm going to look at. He's fought Samuel Vargas. That was a good fight. Phil Logreco. I remember that fight. That was a good fight. I remember that fight. Let's see. But his biggest name up to that point was he fought Chris Algieri. Now I know Chris Algieri because Chris Algieri fought Manny Pacquiao, right? Then 2017 was his big breakout when he went over to the UK and he beat Kell Brook. That was a hell of an accomplishment. A hell of an accomplishment. You see what I'm saying? And I take my hat off to Errol Spence for that. You know, and that was right after Kell Brook had his eye socket broke, audible bone broke in his eye from fighting Triple G. Then he fought Lamont Peterson. Lamont Peterson moved up in weight to fight him, so Lamont Peterson was washed up by then. Carlos Ocampo. Carlos Ocampo was nobody. Then his biggest fight up to date was Mikey Garcia. This is when he did 360. This is when Errol Spence and Mikey Garcia did 360,000 pay-per-view buys, which was a flop. You know what I mean? Anybody who's been watching boxing for a long time know, if you know anything about pay-per-view, anything other than 500,000 is really not good numbers. But it's way better than Terence Crawford numbers. So I will say that. Then he fought Sean Porter. Then he fought Danny Garcia. So if you're saying that he has a better boxing resume, looking at Errol Spence's resume and comparing it to Terence Crawford, he does not have a better boxing resume than Terence Crawford. Now, if you say he has a better welterweight resume than Terence Crawford because he fought Mikey Garcia, who was a lightweight. Mikey Garcia is not a welterweight. Mikey Garcia has had one fight at welterweight, and he fought Errol Spence, and he got the brakes beat off of him for 12 rounds. So this guy is not a so I don't want to hear anything about he fought Mikey Garcia. Mikey Garcia moved up 2 weight classes. He was a lightweight. And if he was a true welterweight, how come that was the only fight he had when he fought Errol Spence, right? So let's go ahead on with that. Mikey Garcia is 5'6". You see what I'm saying? So he fought Sean Porter. That was a damn good fight. Fighter that could have been fight of the year, one of the fight of the years in my opinion. I love that fight. You see what I'm saying that he had. That was to me, the Sean Porter fight and the Kell Brook fight was Errol Spence's best fights. I love those 2 fights. The Mikey Garcia fight was so damn one-sided, it was pathetic. And then Danny Garcia he beat both Garcias. And Danny Garcia hasn't beat a top welterweight since he's been in the welterweight division. He's lost to Keith Thurman, Errol Spence, and Sean Porter. Every time Danny Garcia has a step-up fight, he loses. So if you want to make the argument that, hey, he has a better welterweight record than Terence Crawford, you know what? For argument's sake, I'll give you that. But when you say he has a better overall boxing resume than Terence Crawford, get the hell out of here. Get the hell out of here. You know what I mean? So now, that's and I just ran it down. I just showed it to you. So now, it's going to be subjective to the person. If you hate Terence Crawford, you're going to say Ocampo and all those guys was way better than Terence Crawford's whole entire resume. And I get it. Trust me. A lot of the fans and I'm not going to say a lot of the fans, a lot of the Alphabet Boy channels and PPC fighters, they hate Crawford. They hate him. You know what I mean? You ask them why they hate him, they can't tell you why they hate him. They just hate him. And I get it. Trust me, I get it. But we looked at the boxing resumes. One guy's been a champion for 7 years. You see what I'm saying? One guy, he's been Ring Magazine Fighter of the Year before. You know what I mean? I mean, pound for pound. I mean, come on, man. I mean, I'm just saying, from a boxing career standpoint, you can make the argument at welterweight. You can make the argument at welterweight. You know what I mean? You can make the argument that's what you want to make. But he's also stopped every fighter he's fought thus far at welterweight. Stopped them. You see what I'm saying? He stopped every last one of them and he put in front of them. So, I mean, if you want to make the argument, so be it. If he fights Manny Pacquiao, you know, my opinion that Manny Pacquiao will be the 6th fighter that Terence Crawford has had in the welterweight division. That will be the 6th fighter that he's going to stop. That's my opinion. And I'm going to put money on it. I'm not only am I going to bet that Terence Crawford beat Manny Pacquiao, and Manny Pacquiao is one of my favorite fighters, but I'm betting on a knockout. I'm betting on a stoppage. You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm betting on. You know, so that's just me. That's just how I see it. So other than that, Ronald Finkel, what do you say? Danny Garcia was a nice cherry pick. I won't say Danny Garcia is a cherry pick because Danny Garcia, he did move up. He is in the welterweight division, but Danny Garcia is a flat-footed Puerto Rican fighter, and he's slow. He's tailor-made. He's tailor-made for Errol Spence. He was tailor-made for Sean Porter. He was tailor-made for Keith Thurman. I think Keith Thurman beat him first. You know what I mean? So other than that, that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, but I'm saying for argument's sake, if you want to say he has a better welterweight resume based on 3 fights, I'm saying 3 fights because Mikey Garcia is a lightweight. Mikey Garcia has not had another fight at welterweight since he lost to Errol Spence. His first fight at welterweight was Errol Spence. So that this is not me making this stuff up. You know, if you look at, I'm telling you, like we can pull up Mikey Garcia if you want me to, and I can show you that he's only had 1 fight at welterweight. I had one guy hit me up in the comment, and he told me that, hey man, Mikey Garcia, it was not a lightweight. He didn't move up in weight, and he fought at multiple fights in the welterweight division. I said, bro, I'm not even gonna argue with you with that because for you to even say some dumbass shit like that, you clearly don't know nothing about boxing. You clearly don't know. He couldn't even tell me what fighters he fought at welterweight outside of Errol Spence. So come on, man, cut it out. You know what I mean? I get it. It's Terence Crawford, dark-skinned, slim, skinny kid from Omaha, Nebraska. Don't nobody like him. I get it. But I mess with him. I mess with him hard. So let's see. Let's see what we got. Peter Von Arx, what's going on, fam? Peter Von Arx, what's going on? Brandon Lins, what do you say? Spence used to really focus on the body way more a few years ago. Yeah, he did. Spence is a real good body puncher. The only thing Spence need to do, man, he just need to leave that alcohol alone. Stop drinking. If he can stop drinking, leave the alcohol alone, because he did look kind of sauced up. And that's the rumors that goes on a lot in the boxing circles. People who know his lifestyle. You know, for like in the boxing community is very small, and everybody knows exactly what's going on with other fighters, believe it or not. You know, the boxing community is very small, and this is a lot of things that's going on. But Errol Spence is a real good body puncher. Terence Crawford is a real good body puncher too. So I would love to see that fight happen between those two. You know what I mean? For all the marbles, but you know, who knows? I don't think that fight is going to happen now. So, Coach, drop the link, and I will explain. Okay, you will explain what? Okay, all right, I'll do that, Shelton. Let's see. What do you say? Since 2015 I've been viewed Danny Garcia as a little bit overrated. Danny Garcia was good at junior welterweight, man. I'm not gonna lie, he was good at junior welterweight. I'm gonna be honest with you. You know, Sean Porter and Kell Brook gave Spence all he can handle. You know, I haven't seen Crawford push that far in any fight. Yeah, I agree. He hasn't really been pushed that hard in any fight. You know what I mean? So, and I don't. So people may say because he hasn't been pushed, that means he hasn't fought anybody, or is it because he hasn't been pushed because his skill set is just that good? You know what I mean? So I don't know, because you know, people can make an argument for either way. If you don't like Crawford, he hasn't fought anybody. If you do like Crawford, his skill set is just that good. You know what I mean? So that's the line that I fall on. Like me, I want to see Terence Crawford fight Sean Porter. I want to see that fight bad. You know what I mean? I was hoping like hell Sean Porter would activate his mandatory clause, but he didn't. You know, so I was hoping like hell he would do it, and I want him to do it. That's the fight we need to see. Terence Crawford and Sean Porter. I would love that, because Sean Porter fights the exact same way every fight. He's going to come forward. He's going to rush you. He's going to come with the bull rush. Sean Porter has what I call the choke and smother style. He fights like Marcos McDonald. They're going to be all over you. You see what I'm saying? And they're going to be throwing so many punches and angles and stuff like that. But Sean Porter got 3 losses in the draw. Should have 4 losses because Ugas beat him, in my opinion. I saw the Ugas fight 3 times. Ugas dropped Sean Porter, and the referee said it was a slip, and it was a clear knockdown. Just like with Terence Crawford fought Mean Machine. Mean Machine knocked Terence Crawford down. The referee said it was a slip. Terence Crawford said he didn't get knocked down, he slipped. But that's my fighter, man. But he got knocked down in that fight. But Sean Porter got knocked down too. Sean Porter said he didn't get knocked down, he was slipped. So a lot of fighters say that when they get knocked down, they say they slipped. You know what I mean? But yeah, I would love to see that fight, man. Sean Porter. That's the fight I want to see. Let's see now. Ron Boy Fresh, what do you say? Manny won't make it to the championship rounds. No, I don't see that happening. I don't see that happening. I don't see him making it to the championship rounds at all. I see that fight. I can see that fight. I can see a stoppage in like the 9th round. I can see the 9th round. I can see that fight being stopped either by TKO, knockout, or they're gonna throw the towel in. TKO, they'll throw the towel in. Beware of Ugas. He can also spoil the show. Yeah, Ugas, no, man, listen, everybody's saying on the other side, Ugas is the PBC fighter, so everybody who support the PBC is saying that Errol Spence is gonna beat Ugas and take that belt, and he's gonna have 3 belts. I mean, I don't know. You know what I mean? Ugas, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, we won't know until we see it. You know what I mean? Be honest with you. But what you say, Ugas doesn't take enough risk to beat Errol. Yeah, but you might be right about that. Ugas is a counterpuncher. He has that Cuban style, so I don't know. He's a big guy though. Ugas is a big guy. He is a big guy. He's about the same size as Errol, so that's gonna be a good fight. Ugas is going to be a pretty good boxing match because he's going to do a lot of counters. You know what I mean? So let's see. He fought Vargas. Yeah, okay. You know what I mean? So let's see. Let's see what everybody say. James Burrell, what do you say? Let me go ahead and drop the link, man, so Shelton Moore can get in here. He said we're going to pretend Kavalasas and Horn weren't good because of ethnicity. Yeah, absolutely. I'm just entertaining these people. You see what I'm saying? Because for you to say that these fighters are not good fighters, then I would no one on your side of the street has fought these guys in order for us to see. You see what I'm saying? The Terence Crawford hate is so serious that he can literally fight Manny Pacquiao, Floyd Mayweather at the same time, and they'll make an argument for he ain't did nothing. But Errol Spence can fight a Mikey Garcia, and it was like he fought George Foreman. It was like Ali and Foreman. And forget the fact that Mikey Garcia was 5 foot 6 inches tall. Forget the fact that it was his first fight at welterweight. Forget the fact that his arms were short as hell. And what tripped me out is this: a lot of these professional boxers like Sugar Ray Leonard and all these other guys, they said that Mikey Garcia was going to beat Errol Spence. I'm like, what the hell they was looking at? Like how did they figure that? Like Mikey Garcia, is a basic fighter. You know what I mean? He's a good basic fighter, but he's a basic fighter. And they were saying that he was going to beat Errol Spence, and Errol Spence beat the brakes off of him. Like I was literally so happy, to see that Errol Spence put on the show that he did against Mikey Garcia. Because I'm like, wait a minute. Bro, like how y'all think this guy's going to just beat Errol Spence? Errol Spence is too good for Mikey Garcia. And this is his first fight at welterweight. I can see if he had multiple fights at welterweight to get acclimated with the division. You jumped in the welterweight division and fought literally one of the top guys. You know what I mean? Hell, if Mikey Garcia would have fought Sean Porter would have beat the brakes off of him. If he would have fought Keith Thurman would have beat the brakes off of him. And if he would have fought Errol Spence, Terence Crawford would have stopped him. It wouldn't have went 12 rounds. I can promise you that. That little slim dark skinned kid from Omaha, Nebraska has too much. He got too much of a killer instinct in him. It ain't going 12. Mikey Garcia will not go 12 rounds with Terence Crawford. And I'm willing to bet that on anything. You know what I mean? Football Sean will get his helmet knocked off. He say football Sean. Hey man, let me drop a link in man. Let me share. Let me drop a link in here, man. So do an invite. You want to come on in? Hey, Lisa Bells, you want to come on in, sis? Come on in. Anybody want to come on in? Y'all go ahead, man. I'm gonna rock with y'all today, man. Rock with y'all today, so I'm hoping like hell. Hey.
Super chat received. Playtime's over.
Bunny Badass, good looking out for the super chat, fam. What do you say? Back at it again. You say back again. What's good, family? We talking about what we talking about? Just coming in. Oh yeah, we're talking about Terence Crawford, man. Talking about Terence Crawford. You know, that's my favorite fighter. You know what I mean? So, Terence Crawford and basically Manny Pacquiao. You know, I'm hoping that fight get announced. You know, so if they fight each other, I was just saying that the narrative is, from other fans, like me, I love Manny Pacquiao. I love this guy. You see what I'm saying? Even though Terence Crawford is my favorite fighter, I love Manny Pacquiao. But I like Terence Crawford. Listen, if Terence Crawford would have fought Manny Pacquiao 4 or 5 years ago, I'd still like Terence Crawford over Manny Pacquiao. That's why Bob Arum didn't let that fight materialize. So, but anyways, yeah, man, that's what we talking about, fam. Here goes Shelton.
Hey, Shelton. Coach, how you doing?
What's going on with you?
Oh, I'm good, man. What I was explaining was the narrative will be after Crawford beats Manny that he was old, he didn't have a belt, he was supposed to beat Manny, and that's what old media and these fanboy media sites will say. I don't agree with that. I'm just saying that's the narrative they'll use to discredit Terence Crawford. Terence Crawford is the best fighter I've seen since Floyd, and I've been watching boxing since the days of Ali and Cleveland Williams. That's how far I go back.
Right.
He's the best I've seen. Nobody at 47 right now beats Crawford. If you look at boxing, I boxed as a kid. That was 30-some years ago.
Right.
I've been in the ring. I know what it takes to be a boxer. If you look at the skill set for skill set,
right,
Crawford is the best welterweight right now. There is nobody better, in my opinion.
Right.
But they will use any narrative they can to discredit him because they're not fans of boxing. They're fans of a fighter. And that's the difference. That's the difference. See, they talking about this side of the street, that side of the street. He does these numbers. He does those numbers. 350,000 pay-per-views is not big. That's not big at all, number one. Number two, $2 million, $3 million, $4 million. Ali was making that in 72, 73, 74. So you're not making no super big money. So stop with all that. These guys need to just shut up, get in the ring, and fight. But Coach, there's a reason why these guys don't want to get in the ring with Bud. And we can sit here and make scenarios all day long, but and I know there's a reason that they don't want to get in the ring with that man.
Right. Now, Sean Porter wants to get in the ring with him. I will take my hat off to Sean Porter. Sean Porter want to get in the ring. He's been saying it verbally, but the only problem I have, Shelton, is this. He never activated his mandatory clause. So I'm like, listen.
Yeah. Go ahead, Coach. Go ahead.
No, I'm like, listen, okay. Listen, nobody wants to see that fight better than me and you. I would love to see Sean Porter and Terence Crawford fight each other because stylistically, that's going to be a hell of a fight. But
yes, sir.
Don't call the guy out. You the mandatory, and then you won't even activate the mandatory clause.
Well, see, that's my point. Here's my point on that, Coach. You took $2 million to fight Spence. Why is that not enough to fight Bud? You see what I'm saying?
Right.
That's my point. So miss me with all that. We know what it is. The boxers know what it is. And right now, if Porter fought Bud stops Porter inside of 9. I guarantee it. I got money on it. And anybody who want to take me up on it, I'll drop my information.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, guys, I'm gonna be honest with you. I am a diehard Terence Crawford fan, not fanboy. I love the sport of boxing. Terence Crawford was a fan of the sport of boxing before he became a fighter. If he retires today, I'm gonna still be a fan of the sport of boxing. I'm saying, even with my little small amateur career, I boxed for 5 years from 15 to 20, and I can tell you, man, the skill set that I see this guy display, I can tell you how hard it is to fight orthodox in southpaw.
You and me both, Coach. You and me both.
And to have the footwork, and to get the timing down pat. And when you fight bigger fighters, and these bigger fighters are trying to pressure you and stuff like that, and you know how to slip these punches and land your shot. And they say, well, you know, Terence Crawford, he get hit. Okay, every fighter gets hit. Show me a fighter that don't get hit. You know what I mean? Like, in boxing,
but here's the ticket.
You're gonna get hit.
But here's the ticket. Here's the ticket, coach. If you've never been in the ring,
right?
I've been in the ring. You've been in the ring. If you've never been in the ring, you don't understand this thing. These are things you don't understand.
Right.
Now, don't get me wrong. I'm a fan of Errol Spence. I love Errol Spence.
Yeah, me too.
All I'm saying is skill set for skill set, from my eyes, what I see, and the experience I had, limited as it may be, the experience I had in the ring, this guy don't beat Bud. I don't see anybody at 47 that beats Bud right now.
I want to see these guys fight, you know, because Errol Spence is a damn good fighter.
Yes, he is.
Errol Spence is a damn good fighter. He is one of the top welterweights in the division. And the fight that us fans need to see is Errol Spence and Terence Crawford fight each other. But if that fight don't materialize, you can't knock Bud if he fights. If the Manny Pacquiao fights is announced in the next couple of days or so, you can't knock him for fighting Manny Pacquiao, especially when Errol Spence was trying to fight Manny Pacquiao. So if it's okay, go ahead.
There's two things on that. It's two things on that, coach. Number one, I said this on a panel the other night. Bud really don't need this fight because of his resume in boxing. Errol needs to fight. Bud can retire right now and be a first ballot Hall of Famer. Errol can't say the same. Number one. Number two, who would turn down a Pacquiao fight? That's the money fight.
Yeah, that's nobody.
That's why Bud has been saying what he's saying, because he's known about this for at least a month prior. He's known about this.
Right.
So that's why he's been saying what he's saying. I don't need to fight, because he doesn't.
He doesn't.
The Pacquiao fight is the fight that he wants. It's the money fight. And after that, he can do whatever he wants.
Right. Absolutely. I think if he fights Manny Pacquiao, go ahead. You know, Sean Porter, activate your mandatory clause, fight Sean Porter, and then see where the chips may fall from there. But to me, those are the next two fights. Hey, but I want to give a special shout out, man, to my main man, Ron Boy Fresh. Good looking out for the super chat, fam. Good looking out. What do you say? This what he said. Shelton. He said, Boogeyman Bud is a top pound for pound boxer. Easy Right Arrow, just a mere career welterweight. You know, it's levels to this. Yeah. You know,
that's facts.
I like. Listen, again, I like Errol Spence a lot. I really do like him. But I've been watching boxing a long time, man, and I've never seen fighters, especially when PBC fighters and top ranked fighters have fought each other. There has never been a bigger rivalry in the sport of boxing, guys. And I need to let you know this. There has never been a bigger rivalry in the sport of boxing than Don King promotions and top ranked promotions. Those guys hated each other. How many fights did they have together? You know what I mean?
All of them.
Listen, from Hearns to Hagler, from Sugar Ray to Ali to Foreman to whatever. Listen, Bob Arum and Don King has given us some of the biggest fights in the history of boxing. Facts. They didn't say, you didn't hear none of these fighters saying you on the other side of the street. You know, you got, you ain't fought nobody yet, and you need to get a belt. Then when you get a belt, no, I'm gonna stay over this. I'm gonna stay over here, and you got to lead Don King first, and then we'll get the fight on. You know, I've never seen this before, but it's okay.
This is the last thing I'm gonna say, Coach. I'm gonna let somebody else step in.
All right.
This all comes from the Mayweather era. See, these young guys want Mayweather status and Mayweather money, but they haven't put in Mayweather work. People don't realize that Floyd Mayweather, when he was coming up from 30 to 35, he fought everybody.
Yeah. They don't
realize that he took 30% to fight Oscar to get his platform to where it was. See, they don't know those things. Right. They want Mayweather accolades without putting in the Mayweather work.
And the thing is this: you can't say we're gonna take the Floyd Mayweather blueprint. Listen, you can't take that blueprint because again, Floyd Mayweather fought at featherweight, lightweight, not featherweight, but we're super lightweight. Floyd Mayweather, I remember when he was broke, when he didn't have nothing. I remember he was a little kid in the Olympics, and I remember when he was Pretty Boy Floyd. Pretty Boy Floyd was an assassin. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
He was an assassin. I remember when he was trying to fight Prince Nassim Ahmed. That was at featherweight, super featherweight.
Yes.
He was trying to fight Prince Nassim Ahmed. These guys don't know this. And Floyd Mayweather didn't become a pay-per-view star until he fought Oscar De La Hoya. Because Floyd was not selling. This is what these guys don't know. And I know they don't know this. Floyd was not doing good pay-per-view numbers prior to Oscar De La Hoya. You see what I'm saying? When he fought Oscar De La Hoya, that's why De La Hoya took 70% of the purse, because De La Hoya was the draw. When Floyd fought De La Hoya, that's when he became a pay-per-view star. I can listen. I can pull it up right now and show you guys his pay-per-view numbers. When you look at the top 25 pay-per-view sales of all time, I was just doing the research this morning. You won't see Wilder in there. You won't see Errol Spence in there. Big Fish. You won't see Big Fish in there. You want to know why? Because no one was doing 300-something thousand pay-per-views. No one was doing that.
This is how you school them, coach. This is how you school them. Pull up Sugar Ray Leonard versus Marvin Hagler pay-per-view, or pull up Marvin Hagler versus Thomas Hearns pay-per-view, and that'll shut them up. That'll shut them up.
No, it still was. You're right. It should shut them up. But these guys don't have. I don't know what to say, man. It's crazy. It's really crazy. But all right, Shell, man. Thank you for calling in.
Thank you, Coach. Appreciate you.
Sir.
You know I'm always with you, and I'll talk to you soon.
Yes, sir, brother. Yes, sir. All right, guys. Let's see. We got another super chat in the building. Let me get to the super chats. Bunny Badass, what's good, fam? Good looking out for the super chat. What to say, brother? I got Pacquiao clipping Bud and KOing them. Mean Machine dropped Bud and Gamboa rocked him. Coming up in weight. Pacquiao, a different animal. And you know what? Pacquiao's a bad boy. Pacquiao is a bad boy. I can't take nothing from Manny Pacquiao. But I want to see the fight. You got Manny Pacquiao, KO and Bud. I got Bud, KO and Manny Pacquiao. That's gonna be a good fight. That's gonna be a good one. Mean Machine did drop Bud. Facts. Gamboa did rock him. He did do that. But the results of the fight was they got stopped. That was the result of the fight. Both of those fighters got stopped. So I understand your logic. You're saying that if those two fighters was able to do that, then what would Pacquiao be able to do? You see what I'm saying? So I get the argument. I get the logic. You see what I'm saying? I really do get that logic. And Bud was there. Bud was there to be hit. So I get that logic on that. But when this fight is announced, hopefully this is the fight that's announced. I definitely want to talk to you, brother, again when we see the outcome after, which that'll probably be in June or whatever the case may be. But we'll see. But I'm with you on that because you with Pacquiao, I'm with Crawford, and I know you like Crawford too. I know you love Crawford, and I love Pacquiao as well. But we got to pick, so so I get it. But yeah, you make a valid point. I'm anxious to see what Pacquiao will be able to do against Crawford as well. You see what I'm saying? So that's gonna be a good fight either way. But my man Pacquiao is a legend. He's a legend, bro. Like he's cemented. His legacy is cemented in the history of boxing, and the cement is dry. Period. You see what I'm saying? So I would never say anything bad about Manny Pacquiao. Never. But I'm riding with Bud to stop him in 9 rounds. Let's see. What you say? Jit next door. Bud best win was against Postal. Spence has beaten Porter Garcia and Brook in their prime in the UK. Yeah. Well, you're talking about at the welterweight division. Yeah, he beat Porter, right? He beat which Garcia? We can't talk about Mikey Garcia. Mikey Garcia was a lightweight that moved up 2 weight classes. Mikey Garcia never had a fight in the welterweight division prior to fighting Errol Spence. So if you want to count that, I don't count that at all. Now Danny Garcia, yeah. And Kell Brook, some people will argue that Kell Brook was damaged goods when Terence Crawford, when Errol Spence fought him. You know what I mean? But I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that at all. Kell Brook was a damn good fighter. So but when Bud fight him, it don't count because Kell Brook wasn't in his prime. Even though Kell Brook said he ain't got no excuses, even though Kell Brook said that he was in the best shape of his life, even though Kell Brook said he was going to stop Terence Crawford, we were going to throw all of that out of the window. But I get what you're saying, though. I see what you're saying. You know what I mean? So basically, what we need to do is we need to see your homeboy Spence and Bud fight each other. I just want to know what you're going to say when if he beats Manny Pacquiao. I know what you're going to say. You're going to say that Pacquiao was too old. And if he fights Sean Porter and beats Sean Porter, you're going to say, well, Sean Porter already had 3-4 losses already. So I get it. Trust me, I get it, bro. I really do get it. I understand. Bud moves up in weight and Spence moves down in weight. It's a difference. Exactly. Like Spence has only fought in the welterweight division. Bud started out as a lightweight. He's moved up in weight. He's a small guy. He's the little guy in the welterweight division. And he's stopping these guys who's been in the welterweight division the whole time. You see what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. He's stopping these dudes. How does a little man like Terence Crawford stop these guys? He stopped every welterweight he stepped in the ring with. And he's a little guy, skinny kid. Come on, man. That's what I'm saying. So, I get it. But I just want to see big fish, Errol Spence, big fish, I want to see big fish and Boy fight. You know what I mean? I really do. I want to see that fight happen. Blood Boxer, what do you say? Shelton Moore is a real brother and a fight fan. Yeah, absolutely, man. Blood, he is. He's a real brother, man. He's a real brother. Me being 47, man, I look at myself as an old man now. I'm 47. I'll be 50 in 3 more years. So, I'm getting up there, man. But I've been, me like yourself, Blood Boxer. I watch, as a matter of fact, bro, I watched your channel this morning. Hey, bro, you crazy, man. You is crazy, bro. You is crazy. I love your channel, though, bro. I love your channel. But yeah, I'm a fan of the sport. I look at skills. I don't look at how many followers you got on social media. I don't look at none of that stuff. I look at footwork. I look at hand speed. I look at hand-eye coordination. I look at angles. I look at how you pivot. I look at how you slip punches. I look at how you set traps, how you set punches up. Like this is what I look at when I determine someone's skill set. You see what I'm saying? I look at the opponents you fought. If you fought bigger opponents, I look at how you gauge distance and range. I look at how your reaction time. You know what I mean? How you make adjustments all throughout the round. I look at all of that. And for you to be able to fight orthodox as well as southpaw, and you do it effortlessly. Not only do you do it effortlessly from an offensive standpoint, but you transition defensively in those same stances. It's mind-boggling to me. You see what I'm saying? It's mind-boggling. That's what I look at. Jeff Lucietta, what do you say? I think Boyd will hurt Pac. It might be the only way to get him out, get him out of boxing. Because if not, he might drag it out way too long and take further damage in his career. Yeah, man. They say Manny Pacquiao. They say Terence Crawford got dropped by Mean Machine and he got rocked by Gamboa. Manny Pacquiao got put to sleep twice. He got 7 losses, and he got put to sleep, knocked out cold. You see what I'm saying? So what do you got to say about that? And he was in his prime when that happened. So what do you got to say about that? You know what I mean? So if you want to make that argument, you know what I mean? Absolutely. So let's see. Never forget, Andrew Ruiz won. AJ Ruiz won. Thurman versus Pac. Pace versus Giants. Upsets do happen. Yeah, Manny Pacquiao is going to be the favorite more than likely. You know what I mean? Because he's the legend. He's the Manny Pacquiao. They might make him the favorite. I think was he the favorite against Keith Thurman? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. You know what I mean? Only one Floyd Mayweather Jr. Absolutely. Only one. Only one. But a lot of people don't know. Like a lot of these fight fans now, they don't know Pretty Boy Floyd. They don't know Pretty Boy Floyd. When he was before he became Money May. They don't know that Floyd. They don't know Floyd at featherweight. They don't know Floyd at lightweight. They know Money May. They don't know that. You see what I'm saying? They don't understand all of the fighters that was around in that era. Prince Nassim Ahmed. Some of those fighters was on their way out, but they don't know that. The Sugar Shane Moses, when he was in his prime, he was trying to fight Floyd when he was in his prime. The De La Hoyas back when they was in their prime, and the Vernon Forresters and the Vernon Forrest, and just on the Winky Wrights. A lot of these guys that was around in that time, Floyd came up in a hell of an era, and he fought a lot of Hall of Famers. He fought quite a few Hall of Famers. I can pull up Floyd resume and see the Hall of Famers he fight. So when you got these fighters from the PBC trying to have the Floyd Mayweather blueprint, how can you have the Floyd Mayweather blueprint? You haven't even fought in the Hall of Famers yet, future Hall of Famers. These guys are not. It amazes me, bro. It really amazes me. But this is the era that we're in right now, man. You know what I mean? Spencer's good, but he's also a hype job. How you going to have 2 good wins, at one weight class and then flip a Ferrari and shoot the top out? Yeah, I'm be on the pound for pound list. Yeah, man, pound for pound, nah. Welterweight, he's the top welterweight. But pound for pound, it's a lot goes into that pound for pound, bro. It's a lot goes into that pound for pound. That's all I'm saying. You know what I mean? So let's see. I want to make sure I get everybody. Bruce Goes, what do you say? Ali versus the wrestler Antonio was live, seen by over 1 billion people. And that was before. Yeah. Yeah, man, listen, man, like, bro, let me tell you something. I can pull up on my computer right now the top 30 pay-per-view fights in the history of boxing. I can pull that up right now. And I can promise you it's two fighters who you won't see on there. You won't see Wilder. You won't see Errol Spence. You're going to see Manny. This is who you're going to see on this list. And I'm going to show you. Matter of fact, I'm going to do that right now. Let me pull it up right now. Let me pull it up right now, guys, so you guys can see this here. Let me pull it up right now. I can pull up top 30 pay-per-view money earning bouts of all time. With that, that's including inflation. Ali will be up there. Ali will be number one because of inflation and stuff like that. Let's see. Top 25 most purchased pay-per-view matches. I'll pull that up for you guys so we can see this here because these casual fans really think that all right, yeah. So it's slowing my screen down right now. They really think that Errol has done some hell of a numbers, and I'm like, dude, like, but they don't know no better. They don't know no better, and I don't blame them. They don't know. They don't know any better. They don't. Manny, what you say? Manny is a beast. Nothing better. Count Pac-Man out. Better not count Pac-Man out. Yeah, no, I'm not counting him out at all. You know, I like Terence Crawford to stop him. I'm not counting him out at all. Manny Pacquiao is a beast and a legend. It's nothing more I can say about him. You know what I mean? I can't praise him like he God, but I'm saying he's a beast and a legend. Manny Pacquiao is probably one of the most accomplished fighters in the history of boxing. He's not the most accomplished fighter, but he's one of the most accomplished fighters in the history of boxing. He moved up 8 weight classes. He's been a champion, and he moved up 8 weight classes, and has been a champion. You see what I'm saying? Like, no one can say anything bad about Manny Pacquiao. Literally. You see what I'm saying? You can't hold a candle to this dude. It's not a fighter today that can hold a candle to Manny Pacquiao. You know what I mean? The one that could was Floyd Mayweather. He retired, and Manny Pacquiao been now, bro, like literally. But anyways, let me show you guys this. For all you guys that think that you know, for all you pro PBC and pro Alphabet Boy fans out there who think that C. Kyle, this is for you, who think that Errol Spence is big fish and he does big numbers. Spence is the weight bully. He comes in at the scale of 147, but the fight night he's 180 pounds. I heard that too. What you say? Danny Garcia was a big welterweight also. Yeah, Danny Garcia. No, I have nothing bad to say about Danny Garcia. Danny Garcia is a good fighter. He just cannot beat elite welterweights. You know what I mean? He's 0-3 against step up fights in the welterweight division. His biggest accomplishments were at the lighter weight divisions. I like Danny Garcia, but you know, what you say? Bud ran up on Spence and Errol got bricked. I remember that when they were having a discussion. They say Bud is the favorite versus Manny. Vegas not about to go broke. hey, Ron Boy Fresh. I didn't look that up. I didn't know, man. I was thinking that because Manny Pacquiao is the legend. You know that he would be he would be the favorite. But like you say, Vegas not a fool. Naseem Hamed used to live in Sheffield, and his house was literally a castle. Man, listen, man. Naseem Hamed was one of my favorite fighters of all time. That he had terrible defense now, but he had excellent reflexes. You see what I'm saying? Put his hands down. You know, you throw a punch and he'll counter you. And he had power in both hands. That dude, man, bro, I wish these fans of boxing today can really look at some of these fighters of the 80s and 90s era to really understand, and compare your favorite fighter to these guys, to those guys. And you'll see, man, that dude ain't what I thought he was. You know what I mean? But they don't know, man. They don't know, bro. They don't know. Ever since Bud ended Felix Diaz's career, who is a PBC fighter? Yeah, he is Felix Diaz is a PBC fighter. PBC has been shook behind the scenes. Bud's skill set, Hall of Fame level. Yeah, man. Listen. Yeah, and Felix Diaz is a PBC fighter. So that's what I'm saying. Like certain PBC fighters say that you on the other side of the street, we can't fight. You know what I mean? But other PBC fighters have fought Bud. So that it really gets me, bro. But anyways, let me do this. Let me show you, all you big fish fans, you know what I mean, what pay-per-view numbers are. So when you hear these other channels talking about yeah, man, Errol is a pay-per-view star and yada 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 yada. He did this, he did that. Let me show you this. I'm finna show you this right now. I'm finna show you what big fish is. I don't want no excuses when I show you this now. I don't want no crying, no excuses. I'm going to show you what big fish is. This is big fish. To show you guys this. Now, I'm going to show it to you right now. When you're looking at this is we'll go to the top on this. As you see the title, the 25 most purchased pay-per-view boxing matches of all time. This list was put together in 2017. This is the same year that Errol Spence went to the UK and he beat Kell Brook and got the IBF channel, got the IBF title. Now, Alphabet Board channels will say that Errol Spence is the pay-per-view star. Let me educate some of you guys who are casual fans who came up and under the Errol Spence era and the PBC and stuff like that, and who don't know better. I'm gonna show you something. Number one. Well, this is not number one, really. We can start from number 5, start from 25, because that's how it goes, right? Because Floyd Mayweather is the top in all of them. Floyd Mayweather is the top, but I'm going to show you guys something. Let's go here. All right, Floyd Mayweather, because it starts from 1 to 25, right? So Floyd Mayweather is the highest grossing numbers pay-per-view in the history of boxing. Floyd Mayweather got number 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'm gonna show you. So 25, Floyd Mayweather fought Manny Pacquiao 2015, as we know. He did 4.6 million pay-per-view buys, nearly doubling what he did against De La Hoya. This is what you call big fish, right? He fought De La Hoya. He didn't become a pay-per-view star until he fought De La Hoya. Prior to De La Hoya, Floyd Mayweather was not doing good pay-per-view numbers at all. He fought De La Hoya. He left top rank, fought De La Hoya, took a 70-30 split because De La Hoya was the man at pay-per-view at that weight class. I'm finna give you a little history lesson. De La Hoya was the man at pay-per-view in his era. He was that guy, literally. Him and Mike Tyson. The only person was doing bigger numbers than De La Hoya was Mike Tyson. You know what I mean? And they was going back and forth. But this guy was the man. De La Hoya was. You know what I mean? So as you can see, this is Floyd Mayweather's his first pay-per-view bout. You know what I mean? They did 2.4 million buys. So he went from 4.6 million later on when he fought Manny Pacquiao to 2.4 million his first one. These are big fish numbers, guys. For all you Errol Spence fans out there who say he got big numbers. Canelo Alvarez, one of my favorite fighters right now. This guy is a beast. Canelo Alvarez and Floyd Mayweather did 2.2 million pay-per-view buys. Okay, let's go on. Okay, now, as you can see, Floyd was number 1, 25, 2, 3. You see what I'm saying? They started from the least amount all the way to the best. That's how they started this. Now, what's not on here, because this was made in 2017, was Floyd Mayweather and Conor McGregor. Floyd Mayweather and Conor McGregor, I think it beat Floyd Mayweather. Conor McGregor is on here too. So Floyd is really 1, 2, 3, 4. He's the top 4. Forgot about that. Right after that, number 5, Mike Tyson held the record before. But right after that, number 5, you have Mike Tyson when he beat Evander Holyfield's ear. You see what I'm saying? 1.99, almost 2 million pay-per-view buys. Holyfield 2. Tyson Holyfield 2. Tyson, when he got beat by Lennox Lewis in 2002, that did 1.97 or 1.9 pay-per-view buys. You see what I'm saying? Tyson, when he lost to Evander Holyfield the first fight, did 1.5 pay-per-view buys. Tyson, when he beat Peter McNeely in the 90s, 95, 89 seconds, he stopped him. 1.5 million pay-per-view buys. You know, Floyd Mayweather, when he fought Miguel Cotto, you know what I mean? He drew in 1.5 million pay-per-view buys. I'm just showing this to you guys. Now we getting to Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao did 1.4 million pay-per-view buys with top rank when he fought Juan Marquez, Manuel Marquez in 2011, as you can see. Let's see, we got Evander Holyfield when he fought George Foreman. George Foreman was 42 years old at the time. He did 1.4 million pay-per-view buys. Okay, we got Oscar De La Hoya and Tito Trinidad, 2 of my favorite fighters of all time. You know, did 1.4 million. Oscar De La Hoya was with Top Rank, and Tito Trinidad was with Don King Promotions. And they didn't say nothing about you was on the other side of the street, like what Errol Spence is saying. They didn't say you on the other side of the street. When you leave Don King and come to Top Rank, I'll fight you. De La Hoya, Tito didn't say, oh yeah, you on the other side of the street. When you leave top Rank and come to Don King, then I'll fight you. This is how they got it in back in the day, guys, for all you casual fans out there. These are big pay-per-view numbers, 1.4 million. So when I say that Errol Spence has done terrible numbers and Terence Crawford has done worse than him, I'm not capping. I'm showing it to you right here. Argue with this. As you can see, Floyd Mayweather again, guys. Floyd Mayweather again. 1.4 million pay-per-view buys was Shane Mosley in 2010. Let's go again. Mike Tyson, one of my favorite heavyweight of all time. I love Mike Tyson, man. Mike Tyson, Frank Bruno, who was from the UK. Frank Bruno was a great champion. Mike Tyson, 2. Frank Bruno, 2, did 1.3 million pay-per-view buys. Let's keep going. Manny Pacquiao on here. You know what I mean? He did where we at? 1.3 million pay-per-view buys when he fought Shane Mosley. Okay, and that was in what 2011. Shane Mosley was past his prime then. Floyd Mayweather again, as you can see. 2011, 1.25 million pay-per-view buys. Let's see. Manny Pacquiao, 1.25 million pay-per-view buys against Miguel Cotto. He stopped Cotto. Manny Pacquiao and De La Hoya, 1.25 million pay-per-view buys, as you can see. You see what I'm saying? Lennox Lewis and Evander Holyfield. Let's see. Did 1.2 million pay-per-view buys. This right here, when Manny Pacquiao got put to sleep, you see him laying there. He was asleep right there, and he was in it, and he was still a prime fighter at that time. Marquez put him to sleep. That did 1.5 million pay-per-view buys. 1.1 million pay-per-view buys. Let's see. Manny Pacquiao again against Margarito did 1.1 million pay-per-view buys. Mike Tyson against Bruce Seldon, 1.1 million pay-per-view buys. Floyd Mayweather again, guys, 1 million pay-per-view buys. Look, 1 million 60 pay-per-view buys, right? Let's go here one more time. Canelo Alvarez, when he fought Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., did 1 million pay-per-view buys. You know what I mean? Floyd Mayweather fought Robert the Ghost Guerrero, who is nobody. He fought a nobody and did 1 million pay-per-view buys. Bernard Hopkins and Oscar De La Hoya. Oscar was the cash cow at that time. Did 1 million pay-per-view buys. You see what I'm saying? So guys, don't let nobody tell you that hold on, guys. Sorry about that. Sharing the screen. Get rid of that. Don't let nobody tell you that this guy is big fish and he doing big numbers. I just showed you what big numbers is. These were the top 25 pay-per-views of all time. And guess what? Errol Spence and to put it this way, no PBC fighter is on this list. None of them is on this list. None of them is on this list, top 25. So that's the era I come from. So when I speak, that's what I'm talking about. Dude, those are not big numbers. Period. Those are not big numbers. When you tell me this, we just looked at the top 25 pay-per-views of all time. You know what I mean? Come on, man. Like 360,000? Come on, Peter McNeely got 480,000 for fighting Tyson and a multi-million dollar. Yeah, exactly. That's all I'm saying. And this is not a knock on Errol Spence. I'm not knocking Errol Spence. I like Errol Spence. He's a damn good fighter. But I'm saying when you hear these alphabet boy channels are saying that Bud needs to bow down to Spence, he's the big fish, and you hear Spence saying I'm big fish, yada yada yada. You need to come on my terms because I'm doing the bigger numbers. Okay, yes, you are doing the bigger pay-per-view numbers than Bud. Your highest pay-per-view number was 360,000 when you fought Mikey Garcia. Errol Spence and Mikey Garcia did those numbers. It wasn't on the strength of Errol. It wasn't on the strength of Mike. It was because of both of them. Then you regress. You went from 360,000 pay-per-view buys to 300,000 pay-per-view buys when you fought Sean Porter. Do you see what I'm saying? And then when he fought Danny Garcia, he regressed more and did 250,000 pay-per-view buys. So you went from 360 to 300 to 250. So your numbers are regressing. You see what I'm saying? So when you say he's big fish, and the era that I come from, and I'm saying, okay, he big fish. Let me see where he ranked on the top 25 or the top 30 of pay-per-views of all time. Let me see what his grossing, and I don't want to look at the gross. If I can say what are the top 30 grossing fights of all time, meaning the fights that gross the most money, there's no comparison. Whether pay-per-view sales or whether pay-per-view buys from a financial standpoint or just numbers, how many people bought it, it ain't no damn comparison. 360,000, 300,000, 250,000 are flops. Mike Tyson came out of retirement, him and Roy Jones looking old as hell and bad body. And I love Mike Tyson. I love the Iron Man. And he did 1.6 million pay-per-view buys in a damn exhibition match with Roy Jones Jr. So it was more interest in Mike Tyson fighting Roy Jones, two legends, 1.6 million, and they 50-some years old. You see what I'm saying? This is what I'm telling you guys. Anything less than 500,000, and 500,000 is a flop, really. But anything under 500,000 is really a flop. You're not gonna sell me cow manure and tell me it's a sneakers bar and say, yeah, these are big numbers. No, you're not gonna do that to me. I know better. You can tell them casual fans that. You can tell them Alphabet Boy channels who follow them. You can tell them that, and you can tell them pro PBC fight fans that. You can tell them that, but you can't tell me that because I know better. I know better. You see what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, fam. That's it. Let me see. What you say, Sneezy Foster? When I say Errol impressed me in that fight, it's not actually beating Porter that impressed me. It's he did to Porter what Porter does. Yeah. That impressed me too. That impressed me too because he pretty much, well, he fought Porter's style. But Porter's a good fighter. Porter has some of the best footwork that I've seen in boxing. When I think of footwork, Porter has damn good footwork. And Terence Crawford has damn good footwork. Manny Pacquiao has damn good footwork. So those fighters have, and I'm gonna tell you another fighter got damn good footwork. Billy Joe Saunders and Tyson Fury, they got damn good footwork too, especially Tyson Fury for a heavyweight. So that's what I look at. When I say skills, I look at, I'm not talking about popularity, who certain people like more. I'm saying, I'm looking at the skill set. How does he place his punches? Oh, he's setting a trap right here. Oh man, that was real nice how he slipped that jab. Oh, he's getting his range now. Oh, look at the footwork. Oh, look at the angle he did. You see what I'm saying? Oh, look how he came with that body shot and that uppercut. Oh, look at that. Look at the hand-eye coordination. You see what I'm saying? Oh, look how he transitioned from offense to defense in order to slip that punch. You see what I'm saying? That's what I look at. And these guys who are fans of boxing now, well, they're not really fans of boxing. They are fans of particular boxers. And they are fans of promotional companies. Oh, you're with the PBC, yada, yada, yada. And I'm like, dude, come on, man. Come on. I can pull up something else about PBC to show you guys. They got 146 fighters on their roster, man. 146 fighters. And a whole lot of them not eating. It's only a few of them that's eating. You see what I'm saying? So anytime you have 1 million fighters on your roster like the PBC does, the ones who are at the top are going to be the ones that make the money. I think Deontay Wilder make more money than anybody on the PBC. I'm pretty sure he does. So, the top are going to be the ones that eat. The Charlos, they're going and eating. I mean, they're making like $3-4 million a fight. That's eating. You see what I'm saying? Errol Spence making like, I think he's doing like 7-8 million, something like that. He's doing pretty good. So Sean Porter doing like 3 million, something like that. So then you got Deontay Wilder. I think he's worth like $30 million. So Wilder did pretty good for himself. He made a lot of his money when he fought Tyson Fury in those 2 fights. So, and then you got everybody else on the PBC. They starving, bro. Well, Tank Davis getting a little money. As a matter of fact, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna pull up the PBC. We're gonna pull up their roster. I'm gonna show y'all what I'm talking about, so y'all don't think I'm capping. I'm gonna show y'all what I'm talking about, so y'all don't think I'm capping. People need to remember though, even though Bud isn't a pay-per-view star, but more eyes see Bud in one fight on ESPN. That's all expenses pay-per-view combined. Yeah, that is true because he fight on ESPN, so more people do see him fight on ESPN, more so than Errol Spence's pay-per-view numbers. So that is true. Is Terence Crawford a pay-per-view star? No, he's not. That's my favorite fighter. I'm not going to lie. They've done a terrible job in marketing him, but I'm not a fan of him because he's a pay-per-view star. How big of a star you are? Like Ryan Garcia is a big star in boxing because of social media. But that ain't got nothing to do with boxing. You see what I'm saying? I'm looking at boxing skills. What have you accomplished? You've been a champion in 3 different weight divisions. You are the smallest welterweight in the welterweight division, and you stopping guys that's bigger than you. Stopping them. You see what I'm saying? Guys who should beat you because you're a small little guy. You see what I'm saying? So that's what I'm looking at. What you say, Barrera gave him a boxing lesson. Let's be honest. Oh yeah, you must be talking about Manny Pacquiao. Absolutely, he did. He did. So hold on, we got a super chat in the building. Let me go ahead and recognize. Let me see. YouTube School Boxing. Good looking out for the super chat, fam. Good looking out for the super chat, fam. What do you say, fam? When Errol and Mikey, Mikey put half of those numbers in. Yeah, exactly. But when you listen to the Alphabet Boy channels, they say Errol did these numbers by himself. Errol did. They never say Errol and Mikey because it take 2 to tangle. You fought in Texas. Texas has a huge Mexican fan base. I've been to Texas. Texas is a huge state, a huge, gigantic state. You see what I'm saying? And so you did 360,000 pay-per-view buys. Half of that is with Mikey. And I'm gonna prove your point that you're right. Because when he fought Sean Porter, he did less numbers in pay-per-view than when he fought Mikey Garcia. And then when he fought, and that was his biggest payday when he fought Mikey Garcia. He made $8 million. Him and Mikey made $8 million, 50-50 split. You see what I'm saying? That was his biggest payday. And then when he fought Danny Garcia in the state of Texas, again, right? He did what? $250,000. So he's going backwards. He's going backwards. So, you know what I mean? So come on, man. You can't give me cow manure and tell me it's a sneakers bar. I know better, bro. I know better, bro. And then you got Mike Tyson. He's old behind my favorite fight. I love my Iron Mike. I love him to death. You know what I mean? He coming out of retirement and he doing 1.6 million pay-per-view buys over the current big fish in the division. These big stars, they so damn big they can't do 500,000 pay-per-view buys. But an old man come out of retirement, 2 old men, and they do 1.6 million. Come on, man. Come on. You listen. You guys saw the pay-per-view numbers. You saw the pay-per-view top 25. It's Floyd Mayweather. It's Mike Tyson. It's Manny Pacquiao. It's Oscar De La Hoya. And Canelo Alvarez had one on there. You know, that was in 2017. Now, if I show you a more updated version, that's going to be even worse. If I show you a more updated version, because, you know, ain't nobody doing those numbers like that. You see what I'm saying? Manny Pacquiao is the cash cow in the welterweight division. Manny Pacquiao is. Not Spencer's Manny Pacquiao. That's why everybody trying to fight Manny Pacquiao. Period. You see, understandably so. Pacquiao versus Crawford would do around 900 to 1.4 million pay-per-view buys. And Carlos, if that fight, if that is true, if they were to do that, those numbers, we do know that most of that is going to be Manny Pacquiao. Most of that's going to be now. Listen, I am a diehard Terence Crawford fan, but I'm not going to sit here and cap and recognize that the legend Manny Pacquiao, if that pay-per-view does 900K to 1 million pay-per-view buys, I'm not going to sit here and cap and say that was because of Terence Crawford. That's going to be because Manny Pacquiao is the one that brings the following. Now, the way this fight is good for Terence Crawford, it gives him the exposure that he needs. It's going to give him the exposure with the Filipino fans. It's going to give him exposure with fans from around the world who are fans of Manny Pacquiao. Now, it's going to work. It's going to run one or two ways now. They may lead the fight. If Crawford wins and he stops Manny Pacquiao, if he wins, they may hate Manny Pacquiao. They may hate Crawford after that even more, or they may say, man, you know what? We don't know who this guy is. He beat Manny Pacquiao. He must be somebody, and that's going to put more eyeballs on him. So this is real. This is really good. And Manny Pacquiao don't have to fight Terence Crawford, but they've been stable mates for a long time with Top Rank. And you know, I just think that, man, Terence Crawford does deserve this fight. Some people say that the old man, Manny Pacquiao, will beat Terence Crawford. I'm not the one that believes that. But I'm not going to say anything bad or negative about Manny Pacquiao. I have too much respect for the legend Manny Pacquiao. I got too much respect for him. Manny Pacquiao is one of the greatest fighters in the history of boxing. Period. When you talk about Sugar Ray Robinson, Ali, Sonny Liston, Joe Louis, hell, when you talk about Marvin Hagler, Hearns, Roberto Duran, Trinidad, De La Hoya, Mayweather, you know, the list goes on and on, Foreman, and I can go on and on and on. Manny Pacquiao right there with all of them. He's right there. He's right there with them. 8 division world champion. He's right there. So I have the utmost respect for Manny Pacquiao. But saying all of that, I've got Terence Crawford to stop him. So, but yeah, man, YouTube School Boxing, man. Thank you so much for the super chat again, fam. Send you another one. Send you another. All right, let's see. What you say? That's why Mike was chosen. Let's see, man. Let's see. Harleen, what's going on, fam? Let's see. Porter is young. We say Porter is young with the old heart and soul. He ain't scared to lose. He goes in to give it everything he has every single time. Yeah, Sean Porter's a damn good fighter. I love Sean Porter. He's a damn good fighter. Really do. Really do. You know what I mean? What you say, 500,000 isn't a flop for certain fights. Yeah, you're right about that. Certain fighters, 500,000 is good. Especially when you have low expectations. Like, I'm going to give you a perfect example. To prove your point, Sneezy Foster, you're right. To prove your point, let's say you take a fighter like a Terence Crawford, someone who does not do good pay-per-view numbers. But if you take someone like a Terence Crawford and he was to fight someone outside of a Manny Pacquiao and he does 500,000 pay-per-view buys, those are good numbers for him because he wasn't expected to do that. When you have a fighter from a draw standpoint, and they have low expectations from him from a pay-per-view stand, and he exceeds the expectations, that is a success. So you're right about that, Sneezy Foster. Thank you so much for bringing that up. Certain fighters, 500,000 is not a flop for certain fighters. You see what I'm saying? So Mikey Garcia and Errol Spence, in my opinion, should have did more than 360,000 pay-per-view buys, especially when you consider you're fighting in the biggest state in the United States, in Texas, and you look at the Mexican following. I'm gonna give you a perfect example of what I'm talking about. Canelo Alvarez is a Mexican just like Mikey Garcia. Watch what he do pay-per-view numbers with Billy Joe Saunders. Watch what he do at the live gate with Billy Joe Saunders. This is the drawing power that Canelo Alvarez has when he fights a really good opponent like Billy Joe Saunders. And Billy Joe Saunders is a damn good fighter. You see what I'm saying? But watch, and this will show you. So what I'm saying is the Mexican fans, Mikey Garcia and Canelo are Mexicans, right? But Canelo is he big fish. Canelo is big fish. He's a whale. Canelo is a whale. He's a killer whale when it comes to doing numbers. You know what I mean? So I'm just telling it like it is. You know what I mean? It is what it is. So now you see the perspective where I'm coming from. Me being from the old school, 47, from the old school, you know, no, I'm like, nah, dude, I don't see too many fights, pay-per-view fights. I don't see too many pay-per-view fights to know what good numbers is, to know what's big numbers is, big fish numbers. You can't call yourself the big fish and you're doing these small ass. In my eyes, they small numbers. But the bar has been set so low. The bar has been set so low, you know, they scream and shout. He did 250,000. That's good. Okay, that's probably good for him. That's probably good for him. But when you look at the top 25 and the top 30, bro, they laughing at that. Like, they, you know what I mean? Like, Canelo is laughing at that. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. You know what I mean? So, Eddie Val, what do you say? Thank you, coach. Due to inflation, Tyson's 1.9 million pay-per-view buys fights will equal 5.5 million views in this era. Yeah, absolutely. It would because of inflation. Actually, listen, what do you say? 250K in America is very weak. Exactly. Soulfin's on 21. But you got these Alphabet Boys channels trying to sell you ice and tell you it's ice cream. You see what I'm saying? 250,000 is weak. America has 330 million people. You mean out of a country of 330 million people, you can only do 250,000, but you big fish? Come on, man. Like, for real. He said he did 250K against Porter. No, he did 300,000 against Porter. He did 250K against Danny Garcia. The only reason I believe Spence should just get the edge on the split is the fact that he's the main champion in the division. Yeah, I agree with that. He is the main champion in the division because he has 2 belts. I agree with that. You know what I mean? I'm not knocking that, but but I can't tell a fighter what they should take. I'm not his manager. I'm not an accountant. I'm not his manager. I'm not the matchmaker. If Terence Crawford feel like, listen, man, because Terence Crawford probably looking at it like this. He say, dude, my accomplishment in the sport of boxing is greater than yours. I've been a champion for 7 years, period. I've been fighter of the year before. I've been Ring Magazine fighter of the year for 2 times. You see what I'm saying? I've been undisputed. So when you look at his overall boxing career, his boxing career is better than Errol Spence from a career standpoint. Now, Errol Spence had 2 fights in the welterweight division that gives him the edge over Terence Crawford in the welterweight division. He beat Kell Brook for his first title, went to the UK and did that, and he beat Sean Porter. Danny Garcia, oh yeah, he beat Danny Garcia too. I forgot about Danny Garcia. But Danny Garcia is 0-3 in the welterweight division when he fight his step-up fights. And Errol Spence said that. He said, man, you don't lost all your step-up fights. Anytime you stepped up to Keith Thurman, Sean Porter, and then he stepped up to Errol Spence, he lost. Because Danny Garcia is flat-footed and slow. And I like Danny Garcia, but I'm just calling the facts. He can't beat elite fighters. That's why we need to see Terence Crawford fight Manny Pacquiao. We need to see Terence Crawford fight Sean Porter. We need to see Terence Crawford fight Errol Spence. Because if these are the 3 elite fighters, we need to see Terence Crawford fight Keith one-time Thurman. If these are the elite fighters need to fight each other. Right. Forget the politics on what side of the street you on. I just showed you, man. I just showed you Mike Tyson and Lennox Lewis was on 2 different sides of the streets, 2 different networks, 2 different boxing networks, and they was able to come together and put that fight together. You see what I'm saying? I just showed you how De La Hoya and Trinidad fought each other, and Don King Promotions and Top Rank hated each other, but they put fights together. I don't even want to talk about Julio Cesar Chavez. That man was a beast. Julio Cesar Chavez, I think he won like, let me see, 80 fights, 81, 82 fights before he even had a loss. He was with Don King, and he fought plenty of top-ranked fighters. You see what I'm saying? But in this era, big fish who do small numbers, you on the other side of the street, I don't like your promotional company, all this stuff there. Child, please. I mean, man, bro, I'm just giving it to you. Break Forward Media. Yeah, great job. But yeah, yes, sir. Good looking out, fam. Thank you so much. Oh, hold on. Honest, what do you say? Where's Julio Cesar Chavez coming to the greatest? Oh, yeah, listen. Hey, Honest, thank you for bringing up Julio Cesar Chavez. Bro, I didn't forget about him. I just didn't mention him. Julio Cesar Chavez was a monster. Pernell Whitaker. You see what I'm saying? Like, these was great fighters. Come on, man. Listen, I'm old enough to know better. These dudes who watching boxing now, who are stuck on promotional companies and stuck on this fighter because he's with PBC and listening to these alphabet boy channels, they don't know no better. If they did, they wouldn't even say half the stuff that's out of their mouth. But this is the era that we live in. You see what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So you know what I mean? So this is what it is. But yeah, Julio, oh yeah, you said it right here, Onyx. 81 fights before he lost. Julio Cesar Chavez. And we don't want to talk about, forget that, Sugar Ray Robinson. That's why when people say, well, Floyd was undefeated, he went 50-0. Okay, well, Chavez went 81-0 before he had a loss. And the only reason, so Floyd used that as a marketing tool. You see what I'm saying? There were many fighters who won 50-something fights. Okay, hold on. Let's talk about Sugar Ray Robinson. I don't even want to talk. I can pull up Ray Robinson right now. Ray Robinson was a champion for like 10 years without losing. You see what I'm saying? Let's talk about Joe Louis. Bro, I can go on and on, bro. It was some monsters. Marvin Hagler. This man was a champion for like what? 12 years? 1976 to 87 when he lost to Ray. 11 years. I mean, bro, like, I'm just saying, bro, it was some animals out there, bro. These fans don't know what big fish is. They don't have a clue, bro. They don't have a clue. And I know they don't. You know what I mean? Didn't Chavez lose in Mexico? But I believe that fight was swept under the carpet. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that. I heard that. As a matter of fact, yeah, I don't know. I'm not going to sit here and lie and say I heard it or whatever the case may be. I don't know. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Let's see what we got. I want to make sure we cover some people. What do you say, brother? What do you say? Spence should not be dictating anything. He should let his management and Crawford's management deal with the splits in the boardroom. Yeah, exactly. Listen, fighters should not be all on Twitter. Listen, I ain't never seen Marvin Hagler and Sugar Ray Leonard or Hagler and Hearns or Roberto Duran arguing with the media. They didn't have social media back then, but they was arguing with the media. Yeah, I'm the big fish. I'm supposed to get this and that. When fighters fight each other, it's supposed to be behind closed doors. And by the time the fans find out, we find out when it's been announced, when it's been signed, sealed, and delivered, and they have done the press conference. That's how it should be. All this new school stuff, man, I'm not on that. When De La Hoya and Floyd fought each other, you never seen Floyd negotiate on Twitter. Twitter was around in the 2000s, early 2000s. I mean, it wasn't popping like that. But I'm saying like 2010 and stuff like that. They don't negotiate like that. They don't do that, bro. They make it happen. You see what I'm saying? And they get it on, and then they let the fight speak for itself. What's up, homie? New to your channel. Showbiz the adult said he's giving Manny 1% chance to beat Crawford. Do you agree with him? Appreciate it. Hey, Alex, what's going on, man? No, I ain't gonna. I give Manny Pacquiao more than 1% chance. But I think he gonna get stopped. And Manny Pacquiao is a legend. I love Manny Pacquiao. To be honest with you, bro, I don't even want to see Manny Pacquiao fight Terence Crawford. There's a reason why Bob Arum said that he didn't want to. He refused to make that fight happen. When Manny Pacquiao was a little bit more in his prime against Terence Crawford, when Terence Crawford was a lightweight, he said, man, he didn't want Terence Crawford to hurt him. He said that fight, this style, and Freddie Roach did not want to make that fight at all. So apparently Manny Pacquiao trying to go out with a bang, I guess, but this will help Bud out. Because remember, Floyd Mayweather catapulted to superstar status after he fought De La Hoya. De La Hoya was the cash cow. He was the guy. So maybe this will help. This can't do nothing but help Bud. But what you're going to hear, I'm telling you what you're going to hear, guys. You're going to hear like I've been on the Alphabet Boy channel, getting ready for this particular video, getting ready for this live right here. And bro, they have sick looks on their face. Like it's like they sad that Terence Crawford is getting this fight. They sick right now. You know, they're like, yeah, you know, I believe it when I see it. Yeah, you know, yeah, this is a good fight for Crawford. Yeah, you know, now it's gonna make negotiations bad when him and Spence fight because he's really gonna want to, you know, bro. They like because they hate Crawford so much, that they just don't like. I don't know if it's because he's a skinny, is it because he's dark skinned? I don't know what it is, bro. Because you do have that going on. I'm not saying in boxing, but with certain guys like certain guys for a certain reason. I just say that. But Bob Arum hasn't done a good job from a marketability standpoint with Terence Crawford. And Terence Crawford is not a vocal guy. He's not an Ali. He's not someone who's just gonna talk trash and make people hate him. Like me, if I was managing Bud, I'd be like, Bud, you gotta be the bad guy. And what I mean by that is this: make them hate you. If they don't like you, give them a reason not to like you. Man, talk trash. Go to other fighters' press conferences. Like, listen, what I would do if Spence was fixing to fight somebody, I'd be right at the press conference calling them out. You know what I mean? Yeah, what's up? That's what the old fighters used to like. Ali used to do that. Listen, when Ali wanted to fight you, oh man, bro, Ali, listen, Ali was a master promoter. The best promoter I've ever seen in the sport of boxing was Muhammad Ali. Hands down. Period. Nobody. You see what I'm saying? Best promoter of all time, but Muhammad Ali. I'm saying because his ability to sell a fight, just forget the promotional company. His ability to sell a fight just based off of his communication skills was second to none. Second to none. Foreman, he fighting Foreman in Africa and in Zaire, and Foreman at training in his training camp. Ali jogging over there with the people, calling Foreman out, disrupting his whole training while he punching on the punching bag, making them mad, calling them the mummy and all that stuff. That man, bro, Ali was the best, man. The greatest of all time, period. Hands down. You know what I mean? R.I.P. man to Muhammad Ali, man. You see what I'm saying? Marvin Hagler. You see what I'm saying? So to answer your question, Alex, I got Crawford. I agree with Showbiz. Not 1%. I got too much respect for Manny Pacquiao. Pacquiao got a 20% chance. I give him 20%. You know what I mean? So that's it. So let's see. I got Crawford winning, but if Pacquiao wins, he becomes the only lineal champion in four different decades, and also equals Mayweather record for most individual champions, beating 22. Yeah, absolutely. Manny Pacquiao is a legend, man. I love that dude, man. Listen, that dude really came up from nothing. The man had to box as a teenager to feed his family. He had to go fight people in the street in order to earn food, not money, earn food so he can feed his mother and his brothers and sisters. Man, come on, man. Like, bro, like we gonna put some respect on Manny Pacquiao's name today, bro. We're gonna put some respect on his name. See what I'm saying? But I still say Terence Crawford won't stop him. With all due respect, I got Terence Crawford all day. You know what I mean? I got Terence Crawford all day. So let's see. Let's see, man. Let's see. Diallo Huggy, what you say, fam? It seems like the excuses and narratives are coming from the Spence and his fans are nothing more than the duck tactics. Other side of the street, call Al, public purse splits, get a belt first. Man, that's what I'm saying, bro. Like the Diallo Huggy, man. Check this out, fam. The position that I come from, the era that I come from, it was none of this. Like you said, other side of the street. I never seen when Tito Trinidad, who was with Don King Promotions, and Don Oscar De La Hoya, who was with Top Rank, and Bob Arum and Don King hate each other. They had a great deal of respect for each other, but they hated each other from a business standpoint because both of them were snakes. Both of them were snakes now, and they like Don King had the heavyweight division on lock, and then he got Chavez, one of the greatest fighters of all time. The greatest Mexican boxer ever, but forget Mexican or whatever. Forget what nationality he is. He was one of the greatest boxers of all time, Julio Cesar Chavez. And then Top Rank had De La Hoya. You see what I'm saying? Bro, you never seen them arguing about other side of the street, the purse splits and all that stuff there. This is new age stuff that casual fans are caught up in. And I'm just here to educate them, like, dude. Like these other channels is really leading y'all wrong when they go to talk about big fish and numbers and this and that and promotional companies and bro, I never heard of nothing like this before in my life until Errol Spence came up. You see what I'm saying? Until he just came up. They listen. You can't be Floyd Mayweather. Okay, let's do this. Let's do this. You know, we trying to take the Floyd blueprint. How? So let's look at the Floyd blueprint because these guys don't know. These guys don't know Pretty Boy Floyd. They know Money Made, but they don't understand the transition from Pretty Boy Floyd to Money Made. Pretty Boy Floyd was not doing big time numbers. You see what I'm saying? Pretty Boy Floyd had to fight the megastar, which was Oscar De La Hoya, in order to transition into Money Made. You see what I'm saying? They don't know this because they just started watching boxing. They don't know this, and then these guys and these other Alphabet boys, some of those dudes are my age and older with the Alphabet boys. Some of these dudes are older than me. You see what I'm saying? You know, like Jabba the Hutt. I think me and Blue around the same age, or if he's older, and if he's younger than me, he look old as hell. You know, to be younger than me, because I'm 47. You see what I'm saying? And then some of those dudes with the Alphabet boys, they're young and look old as hell for their age. I'm damn near 50, fam. I'm damn near 50, and I feel like I'm 25 years old. You see what I'm saying? Because I'm just being honest with you. And these guys, they be misleading their people. You see what I'm saying? But it is what it is, man. It is what it is. What do you say? Steel Chef, Art of Boxing. Make sure you check it out, guys. Yeah, I'm gonna check them out. Go watch Charles Burley analysis. Genius. Okay. Let's see. Who else we got? As a matter of fact, Count Drago, I sent you a super chat. Count Drago, you did? Let me see. If you did, fam, Count Drago, thank you so much, fam. Sorry about that.
Hey, Leroy. Super chat received. Playtime's over, boy.
Hey, thank you so much, fam. Sorry about that, fam. I didn't even see it. A special shout out to my main man, Count Drago, man, for the super chat. What do you say? Pac versus Bud and Tio, same day. Triller take the L. Yeah, you know what, man? Hey, Count Drago, I'm gonna tell you something. I think Bob Arum is doing that to sabotage Teofimo Lopez. Bob Arum is very spiteful. Like, I love Teofimo Lopez. That's a damn good fighter, bro. He's a damn good fighter. The masterful work that he did on Lomachenko, who was supposed to be the Matrix. The work that he did on Lomachenko was masterful. The way he beat Lomachenko so easy. You see what I'm saying? So I think Bob Arum. Remember what I say now. Those old school promoters are very slimy, bro. They put great fights on now. Well, Bob Arum used to put on great fights, but he's trying to pick it back up now a little bit if this Crawford and Pacquiao fight happens. But yeah, but what I'm saying is he shouldn't do that, man. He shouldn't do that. But hey, it's a business. It's a business, man. Carlos Mendoza, what do you say? Pacquiao versus Thurman did around 500K to 600K pay-per-view buys, and since that victory, Pacquiao's stock has risen. Pacquiao versus Crawford would do around 1 million numbers. Yeah, man. Yeah, you know what? You make a valid point. And check this out. So Keith Thurman did, okay, let's throw Keith Thurman in there. Keith Thurman, the fight he had with Pacquiao, did 600,000. 600,000. So what? You know what I mean? Now we know that Pacquiao is a legend, So it is what it is. But what I'm saying is, when they say, this guy did this, but he did it he had the right dancing partner too. You can't forget about Mikey Garcia. They did 360. Me personally, I feel like the number should have been bigger than that, especially from in the state of Texas. But a guy made a valid point. America has 330 million people population. So come on, man. It should have been better than that. But I'm not knocking it though. I'm not knocking it. I'm just saying, it should have been better. That's all I'm saying. Those are not big fish numbers. And you can only do what you can do. But you're not going to tell me, someone who's 47 years old, who pulled up the top 25 pay-per-view numbers of all time, you're not going to tell me that 250,000 pay-per-view buys is big fish. And then if I look at the top welterweight pay-per-view buys, we can go into that. When we go into the top, because Errol Spence is a welterweight, right? Let's see how he measure up against other welterweights in pay-per-view. It's not even close. You see what I'm saying? It's not close at all. So, you can tell them fanboys that, but you can't tell me that. The SLDBC needs a new narrative. They can't hate on Bud anymore. Will you help him out, coach? Nah, man. I'm trying. Nah. I'm anti-LDBC, SLDBC. You see what I'm saying? So I'm the only dude that really go at them for the juggler. I show my face and everything. You know what I mean? Because I'm tired of the there was no one challenging them. Like they was able just to say whatever they want to say, and they can say whatever they want to say on their channels. There's nothing wrong with that. I respect those guys for that. But if you're going to say what you want to say, I'm gonna come with receipts. I'm gonna say, okay, let's look at these numbers to see how they compare to other pay-per-view numbers. Okay, let's look at this guy's resume. Since you say that Terence Crawford don't have a good resume, and Errol Spence got a better resume. Okay, let's look at it. Because when you say resume, you got to look at the fighter's career in his entirety. If you look at his entire fighter career, you've been a champion for 7 years. You've been Ring Magazine Fighter of the Year. You know what I mean? You have all these different accolades, and you're going to tell me, oh, that ain't nothing. We're going to brush that aside because your favorite fighter, who your favorite fighter fought too good. He had two damn good fights, action-packed fights. Sean Porter and Kell Brook. Come on, man. Come on. Come on, man. Cut it out, man. You can't. Come on, man. You're not. You can tell somebody else that. Let's see. It's laughable when Wilder offered that money on Instagram. I couldn't. Some clowns actually bought into that. He had $50 million. When he made AJ, well, I'm gonna offer you $50 million. He didn't have $50 million. How you gonna offer somebody something that you don't have? Like how? You see what I'm saying? All right, yeah, man. So I'm just saying, like, bro, like, come on, man. It's so much cap going on in with these different channels, and like, come on, man. Prime Pack definitely beats Bud, but now 60-40 Bud. Pack to me, dominant year was 2020. His age was show. He beat Keith Thurman, so that was a good fight for him. But he won by a split decision. But one thing that scared me with that fight, if you look at that fight again, Manny Pacquiao was getting hit with straight rights. After Keith Thurman got up, watch the punishment that Manny Pacquiao wore in that fight. The straight right, he was kept getting hit with it. But Keith Thurman didn't have the power to knock him out. And I'm just saying, man, he got hit so many times by Keith Thurman. And straight punches. You see what I'm saying? And he's older now. So it is that's why I really don't want to. I want Manny Pacquiao to retire, to be honest with you, man. You know what I mean? So if Pacquiao beats Crawford, yeah, we already went through that. Let's see. Let me do this. Let's look at some more. Yeah, Diallo Huggy, man. I just read yours. You're right about the excuses. They got them already, but they're looking sick right now. They looking sick right now, man. Right now, they like, man, we hoping this not true. Because it makes, this is good for Crawford. I mean, like, damn, man, it's good for him, bro. Like, I mean, you guys want to be so pro-black, like, you should want to see this for another black fighter. If you so pro-black, if you really believe in this that you say you do, you can't be discriminated against certain black fighters over another black fighter, but that's what you guys do. You know what I mean? That's what you guys do. Peter Von Us, Pacquiao clearly beat Thurman. I watched it twice. I watched it twice too. You know what I mean? He won by a split decision. He didn't clearly beat him. He won by a split decision. You know what I mean? Clearly is a unanimous decision. You know what I mean? But he also was getting hit with those straight right hands the whole goddamn fight. Look at that too. Those straight right hands. If you've seen it twice, I'm pretty sure you had to see that also. Unless you have subjective, unless you saw what you want to see. But yeah, he was getting hit with straight out right hands the whole damn fight. And Manny Pacquiao faded in the second half of the fight out as well. That's why Keith Thurman won. That's why Keith Thurman, it was a split decision. That's why one judge had Keith Thurman winning. It was a split decision. It was a close fight though. You see what I'm saying? So, let's see. What you say? South. What do you say? Back then I used to watch some of their channels. It was when they used to do Lions Den debates, but they went to the left, hopped on the PBC bandwagon, acting like PBC is some civil rights movement. Yeah, man, they don't went crazy, man. Anytime you can start bringing race into something, man, you kill it. You kill everything. Because like I always say, you guys know what I say. I have never seen a fighter win or lose a fight based on his skin color. Period. when I watch fights, when I pick fighters to win, I look at their skill set. I'm not saying, oh man, he black, I gotta ride with him. Oh, he white, I need to ride with him. I'm looking at, you know what, man? Yeah, he black, but this guy over here, man, skills is way better than this guy's skills. And if I had to bet my money on a fighter, I'm gonna bet on this guy who got the skills. You see what I'm saying? I may say, I hope that this guy, like perfect example. I hope that Virgil Ortiz, I hope that Maurice Hooker beat Virgil Ortiz, right? I rolled with Maurice Hooker, but I knew for a fact in my mind that Virgil Ortiz was too much for Maurice Hooker, and I knew that Virgil Ortiz was going to beat Maurice Hooker and stop him. You know what I mean? Because I'm not delusional. You see what I'm saying? I wanted Hooker to win, but I knew Ortiz was going to beat him because Ortiz is a better fighter than Maurice Hooker. Maurice Hooker his fight style is tailor made for Virgil Ortiz. You see what I'm saying? So I knew that. But what do you say on the last 14 months of the Wilder drama? I wouldn't be surprised if he did pretty big numbers in his next fight against any top 15 heavyweight. Yeah, he won't do big numbers because he wasn't doing big numbers prior to Tyson Fury. Wilder, the only way Wilder gonna do some numbers is if he fight Tyson Fury again for the third match. That's the only way. Prior to Tyson Fury, he was doing 200,000. His pay-per-view numbers was terrible. You see what I'm saying? When he fought Tyson Fury in the first fight, he did 300,000 pay-per-view buys. That was Wilder's and Fury's biggest pay-per-view. And then in the second fight, they did 800,000 to 850,000 pay-per-view buys. They made $25 million a piece. They need each other. That's them the only time Wilder gonna do those kind of numbers. You see what I'm saying? That's it. Kid Stacy, what do you say, fam? Who you got, bro? Frampton or Herring? I'm going with Herring, man. I'm going with Herring. Frampton is a good fighter, but I'm going with Herring, man. I like Herring over Frampton, especially right now. Exactly. His silly lies have probably paid off in the long run. Let's see. Robert Brown, what do you say? God bless you all. I'm hurt. My wife and kids just lost our house in Newman, George, due to a tornado. Now we homeless and it hurts to the core. Hey man, I'm sorry about that, fam. I'm so sorry, man, that you and your wife just lost your house, man. Your wife and kids, man. I really am sorry about that, bro. I'm praying for you, man. I'm sorry. Hey man, what'd you say? Noonan. Where is Noonan? Where is that at, Robert? Robert, where's that at, man? I'm so sorry to hear that, fam. You know what I mean? We sitting there talking about boxing, man, but people going through real life stuff. For real. You know what I mean? Shout out to Elvis Stevens, man, for the super chat. LDBC fanboys need to be put in the padded rooms. Hey, man, listen, man. They kind of crazy, bro, over there. They kind of crazy over there, for real. Let's see. Still Chef, what do you say? He was never ready for Fury. Cherry picking going wrong. Yeah, he picked the wrong cherry. He picked the wrong cherry, man. He picked the wrong cherry. Did he not do 550 against Ortiz? Oh, 500K? Oh, hell no. Hell to the no. No, hell no. Why didn't do no 500 against Ortiz? Hell no. Hell no. Oh, what do you say on Carmen Serene, south of Atlanta? Oh, okay. Yeah, hey, I'm so sorry to hear that, fam, about the tornado, man. That man, I know that's just devastating, bro. I know that's just devastating, man. I'm so sorry to hear that, fam. Like, damn, you know. I just thank God that you and your wife and kids, man, made it. You didn't get hurt. You didn't get harmed in the tornado. I thank God for that. You know what I mean? Just thank God that you're still here and you guys still have each other. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, man, I really am sorry about that, bro. You know, that really hurt me, really. You know what I mean? That you hurting what happened, with your house. I really mean that, fam. I'm really sorry to hear that. All right, let's see. In Georgia. Okay, in Georgia. Okay. Yeah, prayers to you, Robert. Things will get better. Stay strong, fam. Yeah, man, absolutely, man. So as a matter of fact, let's see. I can probably do this one time before I go, because I'm going to wrap it up. But before I go, because let's look at Wilder's pay-per-view numbers. We're going to look at Deontay Wilder's pay-per-view numbers. And answer your question. Pay-per-view numbers. Okay. I'm pulling it up. I'm pulling it up right now, guys. I'm pulling it up right now, man. Mikey Garcia, Duck Crawford, and Lomo. He's not about a legacy. All right, man. Yeah, so much. Lisa Bells, that's real nice. Those are real kind words, what you said. to Robert Brown. Peter Varnos, what do you say? So Bud's team and Manny's team are talking, but there's nothing definite for sure. No, it's nothing definite. Well, we don't know of anything about anything being definite for sure. But but according to Bob Arum, and there's a lot of reports, ESPN and everybody is saying the exact same thing. They're like, it's like 90% done if it's not done. They're supposed to do a press conference at the end of the week. So until we see that press conference, but that's the trajectory of what's going on. And it's supposed to happen in Dubai, so how ESPN and ESPN got these numbers, I don't know. They got these numbers though. So let's look at Deontay Wilder. Here we go, right here. Here we go, right here. We're gonna look at it. We're gonna look at it right now. Deontay Wilder's numbers against Fight Saga. Let's see. Okay, this is from ESPN, courtesy of ESPN. Let me go ahead and share this with you and show you. You know what I mean? Edward Stevens. Yeah, you sent me a super chat. Oh, Edward Stevens. Yeah, good looking out, fam. Good looking out.
Hey, Leroy. Super chat received. Playtime's over, boy.
Yeah, Edward Stevens, man. Good looking out for the super chat, fam. Yeah, I saw that earlier when you said LDBC fanboys need to be put in the padded rooms. Hey, man. Yeah, bro. I mean, I'm gonna show you. Like, I'm gonna share it with you on the screen and everything. Let's look at this. I'm gonna show you Deontay Wilder's numbers that he did against Luis Ortiz. So prior to him fighting Tyson Fury, right? These are the kind of numbers that Deontay Wilder was doing. He fought Tyson Fury, and I didn't mean to bring Wilder up, but because you asked me. So he fought Tyson Fury. So he fought Tyson Fury twice. But his pay-per-view he had against King Kong Ortiz, it says here, image courtesy of ESPN. According to reports, Wilder Ortiz 2 sold 138,000 pay-per-view buys. Regardless of the numbers, the heavyweight title showdown between Deontay Wilder and Luis Ortiz was an awesome match between two elite heavyweights. Had this fight first occurred in the 1980s and 90s, it would have been a mainstream event, right? And then they started. I think they charged $79 per pay-per-view. That's what it was, and that was in 2000. Let's see. Despite the Fight Saga reservation about the fight, Wilder Ortiz won, which was broadcast on regular Showtime TV in March 2008, peaked at 1.2 million viewers. So if they would have just showed it on regular TV, they would have got a whole lot more viewers, right? But now I say, but wait, Wilder versus Tyson Fury a year ago generated 325,000 pay-per-view numbers. So that's what he did with a year ago, right? Right before he fought Ortiz again. Him and Tyson Fury did 325. So he did less when he fought Ortiz. As you can see, he did less when he fought Ortiz. Now, let me show you the numbers he did. Let me show you the numbers that Wilder did with Tyson Fury 2. I'm going to show you guys this. Bam, there we go right there. Tyson Fury 2, he did 850,000 pay-per-view buys, right? And then so he and they said something about it fell victim to illegal streaming as well. All pay-per-views fall victim to illegal streaming, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? So he did 300 to 350,000 the first fight with Tyson Fury, and then Tyson Fury 2, they went up to 800 to 850,000. So I mean that ain't bad. That's bigger than Big Fish, the one y'all call the Big Fish in the welterweight division. That's bigger than Big Fish. You know what I mean? But Wilder was doing terrible numbers before he hooked up with Tyson Fury, and Tyson Fury wasn't doing no numbers like this before he hooked up with Wilder. So I'm just saying. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I don't know about the Vladimir Klitschko fight when he fought Vladimir Klitschko. I would have to look at that. So don't let me look that up and see. But yeah, you know what I mean. So this is what Wilder did. It said 300,000 pay-per-view buys, getting the first Fury fight, and then in 2 he did 800,000 to 850,000 pay-per-view buys. So that was, I mean, and that wasn't bad. That wasn't bad. So if anything, Wilder the big fish over there in the PBC. If anything, that's the big fish. You see what I'm saying? He doing better now. He doing bigger numbers than anybody in the PBC. You see what I'm saying? So, just to let you know what I mean? Is the channel involved in the negotiations? Is this channel involved in negotiations? No. No channel is involved in negotiations for any fighter. So, you know, not that I know of. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. But hey, man, listen, man, I'm gonna give everybody a shout out, man, before I go. CH4LO, man. Shout out to you, fam. Salute. Lisa Bales. Shout out to you, sis. JR Boston. Shout out to you, fam. Let's see. What kind of numbers did Fury do? Well, we already went through that. Fat Apple, salute, fam. Joe B, salute, fam. Steel Shelf, salute. South. South Florida in South Florida in 21. Salute. Yeah, man. I'm in South Florida too, fam. Down here in Miami. Kid Stacy, salute, fam. Let's see. Robert Brown, salute. Salute to you, fam, man. And our prayers and blessings go out to you and your family, brother. Karma Serene, salute, sis. Let's see. In Bloom, salute. Sneezy Foster, salute. Edward Stevens, good looking out for the super chat. Salute to you. Let's see. Sneezy Foster. Salute. In Bloom, salute. Let's see. Peter Barnard, salute. Carlos Mendoza, salute. Let's see. Dragon Leg, salute, brother. Salute. Eddie Val, salute. Let's see who we have. Kid Stacy. Oh, my main man, Dragon Leg, salute, fam. Let's see. Martin Forever Free, salute. Shelton Moore, salute, fam. Salute to you, brother. Always great talking to you in the chat. Always great when you chime in. JR Boston, salute. Halim, salute. Let's see. Want to make sure I get everybody. Count Drago, salute, fam. What's my main man name? Dang, my guy sent the super chat too. I hope he's still in the chat. James Burrell, salute. Ronnie Boy Fresh, salute, fam. Salute to you, Ronnie Boy Fresh. Ron Boy Fresh. Salute to you, brother. Let's see. Lisa Bell, salute. I already said that already. Let's see. Man, it's so many people. Alex, salute, fam. And I think that's it. So other than that, man, if I forgot about you, you know what I mean? Please forgive me. Let's see, I got a new comment. If I forgot about the salute, other than that, man, it's our boy Coach Malachi Williams signing out, representing everybody. Be strong, be safe. And other than that, guys, you know, we up out of here, man. Peace.
Man, I'm out of here, bro. Let's go. Come on,